one for mommy. Big dreams, yeah, real love and big money. Lost by the hills, overseas, yeah, I want it. Can't run me, won't leave in a hurry now. 22, but I want 26 G's. Know when I get it, I'ma share with the team. Tryna stay the same, what the real ones leave. She done been the same since 2016, yeah. Big bands, one for me, one for mommy. Big dreams, yeah, real love and big money. Lost by the hills, overseas, yeah, I want it.
Okay, so yes, welcome to the first installment of the Apt33 podcast. This is your host, Jodun, and I have some really incredible guests here with me. Before we actually started recording, we were having some really good conversation just about the kind of wormholes you could go into on Twitter, why Twitter is so toxic. Trinidad Twitter, do better. But yeah, so Apt33 is just basically me as a creative welcoming other creatives onto the desk so that we could just discuss life in Trinidad and Tobago as a creative, the music industry at large, how we can impact things differently. So starting from my right, we have Asia Ray.
What's up?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, don't be shy, you know.
What's up?
All right, yeah, that's just your vibe. What's up? And to her right, we have Apollo. Yeah? Say what's up, my G? All right, we'll rock with it. And then to his right, we have Killer B.
Hey.
I realize that we're having a theme here right now.
Yeah, look at now.
And then, last but definitely not least, Rose Gold Bentley.
Yeah, you dig. I do have one better than you know, but yeah, happy
For
to
sure.
be here, man.
I appreciate all the joining, man. So yeah, like I said, Apt33 is just about, you know, discussing things within the industry and how it is life as an artist here in Trinidad and Tobago is going for each and every one of us. So first of all, how is everybody doing? Everybody going?
We good.
Yeah,
We good.
living life, you know.
You know, alive.
That's what's up.
chilling.
That's what's up.
Survival mode is what we calling it these days.
But like
yeah.
stars at the side.
Yeah, with a little bit of like asterisk or something maybe, but survival. You dig.
Slaying.
Fair enough. I mean, you'll definitely be on survival mode because, I mean, we have this show coming up later on this month and I'm pretty certain that everything is really hectic going with that and you just have to make sure and dot your I's, cross your T's.
Twice. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, what's the general feel around the event right now?
Well, we really just trying to create like a world before people get to the actual event, so they kind of have a idea of what they're getting into beforehand, because we don't want it to feel unfamiliar, because we kind of build community in a way.
Okay.
You know? So like,
Definitely.
obviously we haven't really post much about it yet, but like the set, so like Apollo DJing with the set, we just trying to kind of guide the experience, realizing like, yeah, some people they don't know what they want to hear until they hear it, and so because
For sure.
we know like through all of us here, well except for performing We Love, we all have that kind
Big
of
up you in the building too, in the
big
corner.
up you for
Yeah.
you.
You know what you mean?
He's not here. But yeah. Like, yeah, just having those experiences, you kind of realize too. At least, I know for sure, like me, that was real, like, that kind of bring what I want to do into reality for me. You know? It was kind of like...
Kind of setting the foundation and like, you know, the type of steps that you would need to take
'cause
as you go along the journey.
Before the We Love finale, I feel like it all wasn't really, like, all that real. It was still, like, me making tunes, you know what I mean? But then when I walk out and, like, even people that wasn't there for me was starting to zone in and be like, yo, youth man actually
Have a vibe.
Yeah, it's like
That's what's
those
up.
kind of things really push it to be like, all right, cool, we could actually do this now. And that's what like pushed me to actually say like, all right, cool, we could have it again. You know what I mean? We could like bring some of them, like we can't bring everybody because you know,
For sure,
we
yeah.
just trying to like at least
Create a nice, concise offering for the people that are going to be in attendance.
Yeah, because I feel like I could do We Love every like that. I could do that every day, dog. Like that feeling, that feeling of like this actually makes sense, dog. You know, so we're trying to like, have that feeling more on our way. And because I was really just gonna drop music on my birthday, but I thought like.
Yeah, you know, that's right. Because even like right after the show, maybe later you're gonna be dropping some more.
Yeah.
So I mean, why even the name maybe later? Because as you're saying, right now with the whole vibe, when it is all of us could attest to it, you're getting to be on stage and you're feeling the energy from people out in the crowd and that type of thing. Yeah. You're feeling almost as though now is the time. So why call it maybe later?
Because it's like now is the time, so everything else that'll be later that way.
Oh, okay, vibes. They come up, the success, everything else,
Yeah, so
maybe
like,
later on.
in a sense, like dog doing this, like honestly, you just really see people now like for like what really going on, you dig? And so having to like actually have the show and thing, you see who you could pull and say, dog, like I could have asked, you know, could you
Yeah.
perform? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because everybody kind of get a sense of familiarity with everybody
understand?
too, and okay.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, just to have so much other things going on, and the music is a real expression for all the underlying issues. So everything else, dog, maybe later. Right now,
Fair.
is music and is that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. All right. So most of the desk, well, yourself and Killer B, R&B is kind of the center of the genre that you're like focusing on right now. As an R&B artist, I think it's definitely something that we've been lacking within the musical landscape here within Trinidad and Tobago. But why decide to focus on R&B? B, we can start with you.
Well, honestly, it's what I gravitated towards naturally to express my emotions. Because I listen to a lot of different types of music, but when I think emotions or like more vulnerable states, I
Okay.
would think R&B, soul, jazz, neo soul, all the variations, because all of those things to me aren't the same.
Yeah.
But
Like
it's still...
people just kind of say one the BPM is less than this R&B. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, whoa.
But it's
You know?
still that type of energy that
Yeah.
the whole jazz and
You know?
contemporary kind of vibe would give.
I like that for like expression, but as time progresses, I want to show you, I guess, different sides of me. It will still probably have R&B undertones, but it might not be as like chill or like how the projects will be for. Because
Okay.
even the last one was more of a kind of ballad type project versus
For sure.
like
Which
blues.
we appreciate.
Yeah,
Definitely
it was
heard
more like
that.
blues. Like if you listen to Wendy
Magical.
Grass and thing, it really wasn't a rhythm and blues type project. That was more like you know, kind of Celine Dion, kind of.
And I mean, what she's talking about for those of
Yeah,
you
so
all
that was,
listening
like,
in right
different.
now is the project called When the Grass is
Yeah.
Greener.
Yeah.
And I mean, phenomenal project, by the way. I was one of those
Thanks.
people that, you know, snaps on board.
Appreciate it.
I was definitely one of those people that it brought me to understand that, okay, you actually have something genuine to offer the space.
Yeah.
And just in terms of, like I said before, R&B has kind of been lacking within the musical landscape here. And part of the whole reason why I started doing Apartment 33 is to shine the light on the genres other than the conventional genres that we get here in the Caribbean, you know, like the soca, the dancehall, that type of thing. Because, I mean, even Asia, she does a more kind of pop kind of indie vibe, and you know,
Yeah.
it's comparable to anything that we would
Yeah,
hear in the world.
definitely.
So
For sure.
we definitely need to put that light out there.
And I think too, I just wanted to showcase writing.
Okay.
As in, like, I love the rawness of some of the recent R&B like that we hear. It's not very much metaphorical,
Yeah.
but I like it. I like situationship is more along those lines. So I just kind of see how I feel. I don't
Yeah.
really try to make it poetic, but when the grass was greener, the song, that song is very, I would say, poetic.
In my feels, like,
Yeah, but
I
it doesn't
mean,
actually say exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you could feel that I'm speaking about a breakup. You
Yeah.
can tell I'm speaking about a breakup. But I don't
I
actually
mean,
say,
I start thinking about my ex and thing when I
but
was
don't
playing
actually
it.
say it, and I feel like a lot of long time songs used to take the time and kind of like paint a picture almost with words to the point where you just feel it. And I kind of wanted to write a song in stillness because we have this kind of constant buzz, whether it's via the phones, the lights, everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was one of these songs I wrote in like silence, like I was away from everything,
And you
just
just
listening to the air, and I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
something that would cut the air, similarly to how songs long time would have cut the air. So that's why it has that kind of like breath in it.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
you wanted to feel that kind of like what, no matter what mood you're in, you in pain now.
yeah, it's almost on like some type of. When I hear it, I could have just be like one of the old time R&B singers. You know,
Yeah.
you're standing in the rain and you're just
So
thinking about
honestly,
your loved one, and
And
it's
then
like,
recently I released the
Baby,
acapella
come
verse. So it's just the vocals alone. And like even I, as the writer of the song, can't listen to it all the time because I'll be like, whoa,
it would transport you back
this
into
is-
that,
yeah,
right?
You know? So I feel like I wanted people to relate with that feeling, and it was really nice and sad for them. But a lot of people messaged me saying they're crying and thing, and I was like, that sucks.
But I appreciate the love at the same
It's what
time.
it was supposed to do, because I wanted everybody to feel what I was feeling, you know.
Mission
So,
accomplished,
yeah.
for sure.
Facts.
I mean, Apollo, you think you're ready to talk with us, or I don't know.
I'm always ready to talk.
All right, say less.
to me.
Bentley was telling me that you're gonna be the DJ for the show later on. Is that your main trade within the music industry, like DJ, or you dabble into like some production? What's it with?
I just doing what I'm supposed to do, you know?
Okay, fair. I mean, that's the whole point of team, you know. Different people had to be able to add different things to the pie. The whole puzzle will come together. Okay, so in terms of like your DJing, I think personally, when it comes to shows here in Trinidad and Tobago, DJs need to be able to curate the vibe, not just play music that's popping music or music that you think people want to hear, but you got to be able to, all right, so maybe later it's going to be a bit R&B centric in terms of the cast, and then some of the pop vibe and indie vibe here with Asia. Like, what's your thoughts on how it is you would like curate the music for the vibe, for the people to set the tone for what's supposed to be coming on later on the stage?
You can tell them what the playlist.
There is,
Playlist?
yeah.
Okay.
So, for the show, we looked at maybe later as what is maybe later. To me, is maybe later a relationship.
Okay.
Right now it can't.
So why you say right now it can't? Is it that you're just on the journey right now, so you don't have time for love, or?
Well, yesterday I went to drop all my ex's things.
Oh,
So
closure.
closure, yeah.
Damn. We was talking about feels with getting into the feels with
say why-
situationship and stuff like that, but like what I experienced was like that final piece. Okay, you know when you drop off everything, that mean like that is a day now, boy. I ain't really trying to see you no more. You ain't even have a little old jersey here that you're gonna come and pick up and use as an excuse to try and get in a little final boarding call, you know what I mean?
Well,
That's a segue.
I mean, who?
Does that?
You.
I think going back to what I just said, why, DJ or
Maybe later.
maybe later. you
Something
know.
else could happen.
But this is what it is now. Me sitting down here speaking to you is what I have to do now.
Fair.
Even
And then
not to intersect any conversation there.
Oh,
but
feel free.
even like on the maybe later Instagram, like the bio is can't love me now, maybe later. Because the project that I put out as well, like because we spend a lot of time like closely together now, but so the like premise of it is that like being in a relationship that really can't work within the like setup of right now. You know,
Yeah,
not necessarily something that you don't want or something that
because
you can't
what
see happening.
what a lot of people don't understand is, as an artist, to be in a relationship tough, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not even for the beginning stages here. I mean, we still on the come up, but I like to forecast. Maybe later, I gonna be a superstar. Will you be able, as my woman, to handle what comes with superstar life?
I think,
Because-
I think in purpose,
What is to be will be.
what is to be will be. And if you need to be a king, you need a queen.
Fair, but are you going to be?
Just set boundaries, eh?
Are you going to be Solomon and have a couple concubines too?
Well,
Then you
Or
have no queen.
I mean, it have levels to it and it have different perspectives. Are you monogamous or are you polyamorous? Like,
But even with polyamory, there's an understanding of what's supposed to happen. Eh?
it's still
supposed to
numero
have-
uno.
No, it's still supposed to have clear communication in polyamory. People just feel like polyamory is horn. No, it's not the same thing.
I agree.
Horn is horn.
Correct.
Polyamory
You're
is
supposed to be
polyamory.
monogamous,
So
but
even
you're
if
pelting a little some on the
clarify.
side.
That's horn. That's not polyamory.
Correct.
So if more than like if somebody enters a polyamorous relationship, they'll be aware of that. If
Yeah.
both parties not aware, honey, you're getting horn.
No,
Not
but
always around it.
no, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, what type of king would Apollo want to be? You don't know if Apollo want to just have one queen or if it is he want to have...
You know King David?
He had a few. He had a few.
What we talking about, a king or his women?
No, we're talking about a king and the things that come with being a king. To tie it back into earlier, we're talking about the different things that will come after your boss, after you become a superstar. Because right now, yeah, you cutting your flickster, you know, you got your mask, you got your shade, so people feeling that kind of vibe off of you. The shorty might be like, there's a certain mystery to this guy. You know?
Yeah, plenty.
I like in this. Plenty.
Plenty.
Right? So, you never know.
Well,
Would you be able to handle what comes with the limelight later on? Maybe.
you see,
maybe not.
seeing limelight, seen it before. I good.
Okay. No, but so hear this, right?
Tell me.
I seen the limelight before, but the level that I project to be at with music, I never see that kind of limelight. It's have a difference between being the best rapper in Trinidad and Tobago and the best rapper in the world. The best rapper in the world, women going to be Googling my net worth, women going to be understanding, all right, when Jodun walk into the building, I'm going to let him cool out, you know. Let him take a little drinks and thing, but I know what it is Jodun had to offer. So they're going to be plotting on you.
Well,
So could you even see between the lines?
You know what is so crazy about this?
What's that?
I could go home and take off this mask and you'll never know.
Because I
Under
mean,
here, so
true.
So, and I see it as a job. I'm just doing my job.
Okay.
I'm on work right now. I'm doing my job, and when I take off this mask, I go home to my simple life.
Well, I hear all of that, and I mean, we don't want to hop on this for too much longer, but I just really want to play devil's advocate here, right?
Tell me, yeah. I realize.
Yeah, but even when it is you go home right now, take off your mask, nobody do want to know who it is beneath your mask, right? When it is you reach a certain level and you scoop shorty back to the crib, she going and be knowing who under the mask. Or when you're home, you're not going to have on the mask when you're home.
But who's scooping shorty?
Nah, I don't really catch what you're really telling them really and truly now, boy. But, but to answer the question, since you know. But yeah, though, I feel like with all of these things, again, it's kind of like what he's saying, where when you reach home, like, that's your, like Rose Gold Bentley is not on my bird people now, you know what I mean? Like,
Fair,
yeah,
fair,
so that's
fair.
that's a version of my expression now, like White Roses, that's the name of my brand, like that's not Jonathan Hines now, but you know what I mean?
Fair,
like
fair.
the person that I with will be with Jonathan Hines now, you know?
Okay.
And that relationship would be single and away from all the other stuff now, but yeah, so we are like, obviously they would know, like, if you say your second relationship after like your boss, right? The like obviously the how to put it, the not don't call it the game, but in a sense the game would change, but the rules and you as the person playing the game don't change now. You know what I mean? So what, like, I think in a sense, like,
I think time will tell. Maybe later.
True, because that
Time
will
will tell.
amplify,
Maybe
like,
later
you know,
in
like
real.
different things. Yeah, different things will amplify things that's already there. But I feel like solid people that stay solid now. But
No,
you know what I
that's
mean?
a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
so it's like,
I'm not saying that Apollo wouldn't be solid.
No, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying when it reached to that level, you had to take into consideration different things.
No, for sure,
you
for
might
sure.
see shorty that you think might be 100 for you, but she trying to sneak that photo in bed with you,
Well-
just to show that she with not your government, but with the thing, Apollo. You know.
scary stuff out there.
It is indeed
Real
scary,
shit,
which is
real
why
shit.
I have on this mask.
Fair. I can't dispute you there.
So that too. My what answer me this. What's the price of your sanity? Put a number on it.
I can't put a number on it,
Amen.
but
Amen. I'm sorry, it is up.
no,
Amen.
fair. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I mean, I just have to keep it real for myself too, right? Because to attain to the levels that we're trying to attain, nobody not doing this to just be like low key or to not get through in life.
What is
So,
getting true?
Getting through in life for me look like being a staple within the region. Getting through for me look like being able to establish a record label so that artists after me would have a doorway into the industry and not have to go through some of the things that I had to go through. And for that, you'll have to sacrifice a little bit of your sanity because nothing great is entered into without a cost.
Yeah.
I guess. You agree, Asia?
Yeah, and too, it also takes a little bit of like insanity to take the risk to do what we doing anyway. You know,
That's
you know
a
what I
fact.
mean?
That's
Like,
a
this
fact.
is not like this is not where there's nobody and never tell me I could do this in school now.
Basking
But
in delusion.
yeah, understand? So it's like almost like I legit tell my barber this today, dog. I was like, in my head, like, for me to really believe and wake up every day and do this, dog, I have to believe that what I see for myself already happening in that way.
Yeah.
And I just had to catch up with that. You know what I mean? Like, that already did, already set, it done now. Like, the work done, but now it's to actually do the work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, just to actually
Yeah.
put one foot in front of the
Yeah,
other
'cause
right now.
some days, dog, it does really be like, wait, this not making no sense.
Remember
You know
when
what
I
I
was
mean?
saying yesterday, I had to drop off everything, making no sense. But
Fair.
as you say, what we is everything at a cost. What is the cost?
I mean, it seems as though that course was just for you to be able to be present in this moment,
Indeed.
to do what you had to do.
Indeed.
All right, so Asia, I don't want to leave you out at all. You know, you into pop, indie type music, and on Chaser, even though you're a bit reserved right now, I was here you talking your shit a little bit about running up your bag and when you pop up with your shorties from the West and that type of thing, you
Yeah,
know.
no, that song is insane. I'm kidding. No, it's, yeah.
Yeah. Deal.
Yeah.
So, all right, so for why pop? Why alternative genre like pop that you don't really see on the mainstream here in Trinidad and Tobago?
I mean, well, I feel like pop, you asked me why pop, so I'm going to
Yeah.
answer that question first.
Sure.
It's kind of what I heard first, if that makes any
Your
sense.
internal voice for what music is supposed to be for Asia, you mean?
That and also literally like what I heard first. Like my dad would play like Janet Jackson in the house, so that's kind of it's what I grew
okay.
up on. That's what I started on. I mean, like you could look at Janet and say, yeah, I mean she's R&B, but it was pop music. She was spewing out like
Okay.
crazy.
And
So
those times they would not really like classify. They didn't have like how they classify it as pop and thing
Once
now.
it
Like,
loud?
yeah,
Once
it's
it's-
like,
exactly.
doing
Yeah,
this now.
that's
And
a
that-
whole different conversation because you see
That's another
Drake
thing.
and Beyonce, they in R&B, even though they clearly Renaissance is clearly
Dance.
a house album,
amazing album.
you know. But
Yeah, that's a
So,
wormhole you're gonna dive down.
what you think about Asia in terms of you creating pop and potentially having to go through something like that just because of the hue of your skin?
Yeah, that actually, it's funny you say that. That is something that I face a lot, like with
Okay.
even people like closer to me. My dad is like in music and he's like, I love you, you're good, but put out something a little bit more black, you know?
Oh man.
You know, but it's
So
honestly, yeah.
do you feel like it's stifling to your creativity when you get this type of feedback from people?
I don't
I mean, pops is all love and things still, right?
Yeah.
But
no, I don't find it stifling at all. I actually find it motivating.
okay,
Because, you know, it's I mean, it comes from a place of love, obviously.
for sure,
You
for
know,
sure.
and it pushes me to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot. I mean, I only have 2 songs out. I mean, compared to the 2 greats at the end of this table.
Two bangers anyhow. But
Yeah. I have
For
2.
sure.
I have 2 songs out only. I mean, that's all you've heard from me so far. I do a lot of music. I mean, pop is like one specific genre, and you could mix that and fuse that with so many other genres. And so I have dabbled in a lot. I've dabbled a lot in R&B and like the reggae and stuff. So motivating to do things like that. If that
Okay.
answers the question.
Fair enough. Beyond it being just motivating though, when you say you have like different bags that you could get into in terms of the R&B and stuff, is it that you want to go that direction, or is it that you want to focus mainly on the pop indie side of things?
Well, I want to focus, as I said, I want to focus on pop, but also show how versatile a genre it can be.
Okay,
and
so
it is.
more
So,
pop
like,
fusion,
yeah, like
not
pop fusion.
straying into the.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
feel like saying pop, and people think pop is just like one specific thing, but you look on the charts now at what is popular, it's like
Yeah.
so many different things. So you can't really say, are you gonna stick with pop? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna stick with pop because you could do different things with it, you know.
Fair. I mean, but when I was saying
I know
pop,
what you're trying to ask, yeah.
I
If
know
I'm gonna
popular
go down,
music, but
yeah.
when you hear of pop, like from the past, you would think of like Avril Lavigne, you would think of like Demi Lovato or Ariana Grande, to bring it more recent. That's like what they would have classified the pop genre as, not popular music.
Yeah, I was not going to say, but I feel like things, like for a while, got lost in translation. Like almost
Yeah.
everything get lost in translation. Like people just was calling anything at one point.
Well, true.
You know, and we only like now really getting back to it. People, not people as in starting to call things what they are, but the artists starting to want more respect in a sense of like, I'm
Yep.
trying to do this now, but stop trying
Okay.
to put me in like this.
One,
you
like,
know?
Okay, one type of
Rihanna
box.
Yeah,
has,
so now
like,
we
more
kind
than
of
one
full circle.
dance song that is extremely popular.
To me,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure.
to me, pop is a more palatable version of any genre of music.
Fair.
So, like in every genre of music, there's a deep version. There's a deep reggae, deep dancehall, and then like you'll know when a dancehall artist is trying to make a pop song, you know it. The song still sounds poppy, but it has probably like a more probably like a more, I don't know, bouncy beat, but it still usually keeps the cadence of the genre involved, or keeps like the vibe of the genre involved. So that's why I agree she could do anything with pop, literally.
Oh,
Because
big
if
facts,
I
I
want
agree,
a pop
I agree.
song, I could do a R&B pop song.
Yeah.
Because
True,
all it would mean
true.
is that it'd probably be a little less soulful, probably a little more relatable, a little more movable, something that you could easily hear on a radio station. That is usually the songs that get into the pop category, if you really pay attention to it. But there's no specific genre, which is why it's lyricism, why some of the songs that are like rap pop or whatever pop, they don't get to go in the pop
The pop
category,
classification,
because it
yeah.
really is just supposed to be that once it's being listened to enough and it's popular and it's getting that streaming numbers, it should be automatically also categorized as pop. It doesn't negate that it's rap or negate that it's whatever.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
everybody knows a hardcore rap song versus a hardcore R&B song.
Yeah.
You know the
Good
difference,
example.
and you
Good
feel the
example.
difference. And there's some songs you'll play at any lime, and then there are some songs you'll listen to yourself. You will play by yourself. You know.
I feel like too, like just like
Yeah.
oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also
We
feel
gotta
like,
look at the
like
mics
with
in.
your music too, like sorry if I use like plenty, that's just something I try to work on. But anyhow, yeah.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah. It's just song you're calling, I say like it's different, but it's different now where like again with Billy, especially like the intro and that is like it is catch me so like I in the middle of nowhere and I'm not sure which direction I go in. And then as the beat drop it's like, alright cool, we're going this way now way. Boom. And then like I was saying, like the second time then it's how to make sense. So now it's like I guess very really knew what he was like, he foresaw that now.
Yeah.
Like that effect on me of the like anticipation of where it's going, and then hearing the other songs too and knowing like you could legit really there's some of those two songs that could already tell like you could go anywhere now, but like you have it there, it's just for more niggas to really hear like you're doing thing now, way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, like I say, Apartment 33 is also about just talking about general things that are going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And, let's see what is going on Twitter in terms of this budget that was just called. Like, we have ministers telling people, bro, I had to give up on a little macaroni pie if it
Yeah,
is
but
I want
ham
to
every
set
month.
up a little home date. I can't even cook a little macaroni pie. How am I supposed to cook macaroni pie in a coal pot even? Because, I mean, think about it like this, right?
Just think about the mathematics of the macaroni pie.
The match just not matching. How the macaroni pie going to bake inside of this coal pot now, boy? And you have entire leaders of a whole country telling you, you know what? Everybody sacrificed a little bit before.
Yeah.
So sacrifice a little macaroni pie this month or next month. And it was just incredibly baffling to me now, boy.
I think my issue, because I don't really get too political, I have
A little moving parts of the set going on right now, but
I have
You
like
cool
my,
with it?
like my views, but I don't really like speak on it too much, just because
Yeah.
one, I personally,
Boy.
I personally feel
little
like
bit of media training. Don't talk
not
about politics and
necessarily,
religion
it's
too
just
much.
that-
I could talk about politics, you know.
don't talk about politics. But
That's a whole different rabbit hole.
yeah, but like I was saying, is I feel like there's a lot of pretending of what really happened. Everybody kind of see what's going on. Everybody know what really happened. We had 2 years of insight now, and that
Big facts.
in that
Big
time
facts.
inside, everybody was who they really are, because you're home, you're comfortable, you're showing us what really going on, you dig? And so to come out there and pretend like my issue, not to really get into it, but my issue is the pretending that the problem isn't something that need fixing. It's
Yeah.
something that we need to just take 2 steps back now, boy, and then it should be cool. You know what I mean? It's like now you're trying to move forward now, boy. So we had to fix the obstacles, not say,
Yeah.
"Good, let me dress back." We had to push, let's figure it out now. Like, in a sense of, they're not even trying, dog. The man legit
Really?
say he not giving you stay-at-home jobs because it's Trinidad and Tobago. That's his reason for it.
And,
You know what I mean?
and at the end of the day, even just the other day, we had some terrible rains going on. It was legit flooding, and unfortunately, we had to say RIP to the lady that lost her life in Aruka in the flooding. I mean, it's crazy that like business owners would still want people to come to work, and if it is if you don't come to work, you're sanctioned, or just not being able to work from home when it have these type of things going on. Like, well, what do you think as, and I mean, the floor open for anybody to just input, but what do you think as artists we can do in terms of the voice that we have in our music, and how we could kind of incorporate it into our lyrics in addressing these type of things and bringing some sort of awareness to people? Like,
I would say just be honest.
But I mean-
in your work, because the more that we could hear what's going on, music travels.
yeah,
The more that I could hear your perspectives, the more that I could understand.
True.
But at the same time, the listeners need to listen.
well, that's the thing too, because the way we consume music generally nowadays is one today, one tomorrow. As soon as it come in, it's just like on to the next one. But like, how do we put that type of onus on the listener as creatives? I mean, it's not something that we could do personally. At the end of the day, when it is you open like a Spotify or Apple Music, they're going to suggest like 100 different songs to you, and then tomorrow is a complete different 100 songs that are going on put in front of your face.
I feel like the most an artist can do is bring awareness to their perspective on how situations affect them. The onus has never been, nor should it ever be, on an artist to kind of try to invoke change. Now, yes, we can like support a cause, or we can like clearly align ourselves with certain things and like bring our fan bases to like lean towards certain things. But what ends up happening, and it's why it's happened, we are not, or like not all of us are educated in all of the discrepancies and the intricacies of certain topics. So the deepest level we can go on a topic is really what we have experienced and what we know.
Yeah.
And when you put the onus on artists to like represent this matter, you tend to find, and you see it all the time, people rabs in the artists because they say this wrong,
Yeah.
or they, and I think it's because when you try to put artists on that kind of pedestal where they're supposed to know, and they don't actually know, they're not educated in it, you kind of leave room for them to get raps for something they shouldn't even get raps for. The most we should really be able to give is awareness, support of those who know. So there should be the person who you actually go to for the information, and you can say, okay, this person is versed in this topic, versed in the resources, and we direct. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things I would know and I would not know or whatever, but even with that, I still do not feel the onus or the responsibility to do that, because music for me initiated as a form of my own expression.
Self-expression,
And
okay.
if in the moment I feel inspired by something going on around me, because I live in the real world, then I would decide, okay, maybe I would put out a song or something to support that cause.
Yeah.
But I don't carry that burden of feeling I have to.
I
Nor
think
do I think we should.
I mean, I think that's something that I need to learn as an artist too, because when you think about the origin, of hip hop, and
Different genres will also have that thing. So like to like reggae, calypso, those genres are directly tied with that kind of messaging. So in that case, yes. But even with that, is more of a storytelling thing than a representative of the topic thing. And listeners need to recognize that before they critique that. So I don't think the industry on a whole should like depend on artists as like their puppets for issues.
Yeah.
Because reality is like you could only expand as much as we experience, and we know. And somebody experience would be tainted by the problems in society. Like if you are a male or a black male, your viewpoint might be different in the same situation than an Indian male or a white male, and everybody will have that story. So to take that story as fact isn't right, but to take it as a viewpoint, something to add to a collective of
something to start the conversation.
Yeah, great, no problem. But I don't know, I love Kenny, I love No Name. They are two very vocal black artists.
Yeah.
And obviously, I expected some of Kenny's work to be tainted with a little, misogyny. But like at the end of the day, I expected it because he's telling the viewpoint based on his perspective. So I never put him on the pedestal in the first place as this connoisseur of black knowledge, but I appreciated that he took the time to bring
because
awareness to his community and to things he believes in. So there must be a difference between admiring someone's contribution and then like putting them on this representative of black. Like, oh wait, they don't see Britney Spears as like the white knowledge.
Well,
they don't put that pressure on other. They don't put that pressure on other artists of other races, but because we haven't really gotten to tell our stories, they feel like because we are the ones with the limelight, they put that pressure on black artists and colored artists a lot to also carry the whole race. I feel like it's a bit much.
But even in comparison to that, like there was also the situation here locally with not we'll get into that later on.
Mike is here.
Yeah. We'll get into the situation with Kalonji later on, but I'm actually referring to the Carnival Tribe situation with the designer.
What Carnival Tribe situation?
So basically, right?
Sorry, I really anything to personally
basically Tribe Mass Band decided there's a carnival designer that they wanted to partner with and work with, and they kind of, for lack of a better way of putting it, whitewashed her section, where it is she was more Afrocentric in her expression of the band and of her section, and they wanted her models to have like blue contacts and
I mean I never been like directly like part of them kind of thing, but just off experience with people that had experience, bro, those things be real crazy, like especially like for photographers and things shooting for those things, like they ask for real unrealistic shit, like.
But that wasn't really the main issue she had outlined, I think, though.
No,
it was more about, I think, they took down her section and said it was sold out.
That's pretty much like as a musician, where you put up some music on Apple Music and then you kind of get blackballed and they decide, all right, I'm not posting your stuff up right now, and they put something completely different and say that your stuff actually not available.
Well, so, I saw that Tribe had put out a thing. I read the entire thing.
Yeah.
They said the story was interesting, but like
believable though.
Is it because
kind of? But it's according. You see how I look at these things. Tribe is a big company, right? And they could be lying. We don't know. She could be lying. We don't know. So
I kind of call bullshit.
She presented some good information, but if it is really was the case where, because what they said in it,
she had receipts too.
No, but what they said in it is that she did have clients, but not enough. And what they said is that they put sold out on the page, not because she was actually sold out, but they do that, I think, to save the face of the designer. Instead of people thinking, well, nobody buy your section, it will just like somebody go on it and they see sold out, so they think, okay. So it doesn't look.
That sounds like smoke and mirrors, though.
I mean,
but it could be. So
people do that.
But I understand what they're saying. If it is like, considering if that's the truth, that's the key, is it? Considering if that was the truth, it would make sense, because I've seen that in cases where they don't want to like tarnish the name of the person involved. So the viewer on the page would just think, oh well, I wouldn't press it because it's sold out. But in her perspective, it's more like,
They take it down.
They take it down for the reasons.
But like,
So,
what was the cause of that? I'm not clear.
I think they said that they had like a deadline, so you have to put out your production line like to get your orders in for your material. So by some time they needed a certain number, and she did not have enough by that time, and
Okay.
that's why they took it down.
I thought it was because she said something about the whitewashing thing. And
Yeah,
they're like,
but,
well,
so that's what that's what she would have said. But when they had, I talk about their statement. This is not me validating their statement.
okay.
I'm just
Yeah, because I
saying
mean,
what it said.
yeah.
But
this,
what
this going out to the Trinidad and Tobago public
Yeah, but
and the
what-
world,
what-
by the way.
But I'm not saying anything that is not public knowledge in the sense that they
Yeah.
put out the statement. So they released basically said that because she didn't have enough numbers by said date, they had to recall the section because they kind of want to get like a projection of how many people would be in the band. So if it was like that on a business point of view, that would make sense. But the new context was added when she spoke about the whitewashing. So when that is added into play, then it's like, are y'all bullshitting us with business language?
Yeah.
Or is that the truth?
It definitely, to me, in any case,
But on what
sounded
base?
like, on the base of this, she had only 20 sign-ups for herself.
Yeah.
Beyond that, she showed within her emails a larger number of
Yeah.
people that wanted to sign up other than 20, not just from her personal email, people on Instagram that were saying, even at the point when they said it was sold out. And she actually spoke to them and wanted to find out, well, okay, I actually have a good number of people here that want to sign up.
Yeah.
So why actually stop me from signing up my people? Like
Yeah,
actually
so
seeing the threshold that
that's
she could
where
get to.
That's
I
comment.
would-
So
I
As a creative, I just kind of found that very interesting
weird, yeah.
for the fact that you hear about artists talking about when, well, these are international artists, but you hear about international artists talking about when they post up stuff, it isn't posted on the main page for Apple
Yeah.
Music, or they would upload it to Apple Music and then it's just taken down from their profile completely. I kind of felt
It's like sabotage in that
empathetic,
kind
well,
of way,
sympathetic
yeah.
in a way, you know?
yeah, but that's the crazy thing about Twitter. You just don't know. It's like I saw it and I wished we could have get like the end.
It would have been-
Yeah.
but we don't really know. So I don't feel very emotionally attached to any outcome.
Well, yeah.
I want to know the truth, but
I
because
want Shorty to
but I
win,
don't
but
look at Twitter as my like valid resource.
no, facts.
You know, but
Facts.
I hope the designer does get her coin or does get her like flowers.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
she's
because
supposed to be
I would
going
have
into
a bias
another band in
towards black
23.
designer naturally. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's just really tricky in that kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, we could kind of segue it into what Bentley was talking about earlier with the Kalanji situation. Something similar happened out in LA with PMB Rock.
Yeah.
The location being posted
But
from
they
his
said it wasn't
girlfriend at the
really him,
Roscoe's.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, they said it wasn't her.
It was like a random.
It was
But-
random, it was set up, but it
No,
wasn't
yeah,
real.
but like not. Yeah, the location job wasn't from Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time,
That's
like,
so-
Nah, yeah, but that's so real risky though. Like,
Yeah.
not play like that, not real risky now. But I don't even do that. Yeah. It's not really nobody like that to be like, I just post
Yeah,
shit
no,
the day
no.
after. Like, anytime I
we're
put
not
it
living
in-
that kind of life,
No,
but
yeah, but
at the
it's
end
like-
of the day,
No, it's eyes now, but it have people like you
That's
just
a
don't know
fact.
how they feeling about you now, but like you just not like paranoia,
I
but
know
like
you
that's
mean,
the
'cause
reality
when you
now.
open
But.
your profile, you're literally open to anybody.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
people who
understand.
not following you can
Exactly.
literally go and watch you.
Yeah, dog, and personally, where I pull from, like, dog, it very risky to do them kind of things because men very envious out here now, boy. Well, I say man, I mean
Facts.
people, human beings,
People
very
in
envious,
general.
you know what I mean? And it's like you wouldn't know, like a man want what you have now, boy, and so you moving normal, and then boop. You dig? And it's
Yeah.
like a real. It's not even like it don't even have to be worst case sometimes, you know, but like yeah, dog, it have like this. In this situations
Better
like that,
safe
now,
than
boy.
sorry.
Yeah, where I just like for those kind of situations, I just keep that part. But what was really leading to the Kalani situation for was to like pivot on what you was talking about the education now, boy. And like the like I find like personally, and I might probably get like backlash versus whatever I really care. But like
you had to care. Maybe later you might be the biggest R&B singer in the world.
and
You
at
had
that
to
point,
care a little
trust me,
bit.
they wouldn't care about what I say because they'll just be like, him, you dig?
They might
At
just
that
cook you for a
point, they
little 2
wouldn't
days
care.
and then move on to
Yeah,
something else.
But like, yeah, like with that situation when he had posted the thing with his girl and thing, like I was like, yo, I was like, why would you post this now? Like, why would anybody read this and let
Oh,
you
mean the apology?
the apology, right?
I
But
find people too entitled.
so this
But
is
that's
it,
a different
right? No, but here the thing, my thing is like they don't understand like the life he lived, and you know going through
Prior
and
to
coming
the
out
music.
of, right? This man like he don't have the emotional capacity to convey how he feeling,
The right
everybody would want him to convey it
Fair.
now. But in a sense, like I understood what he's trying to say, because a lot, again, I had to draw back from where I'm from and my surroundings. Like, bro, I've been on the toilet and shootouts outside my house kind of vibes, you think? So it's like, in them ends, bro, you're so desensitized to things that the most you could say sometimes when a man say, rest in peace, or a man say this, or a man say, oh, you going through it, most you could say sometimes is, thank God I here, but or thank God for life, or dog, like, way, boy. You know, like that kind of, you don't have the words now, boy. But I sometimes your walk just different to where but I think when you're dealing with, like, it's two sides of the coin too, when you're dealing with, like, influence and personalities like that too, you had to have more than one person in your team to where you could see that, and somebody would have the education to then say, this is not how we should say this now.
But
You know what I mean?
At the same time, like, in that moment, it's not like if he would be around anybody. He just on his phone, he going through all of what he going through.
And that's another thing. We don't know what he was going through at that time.
Exactly.
Because like, even if like
a collective RIP to Bridget, by the way, for sure.
Like, where you from or whatever. But what I can't relate to is emotions, right?
For
if
sure.
somebody I really love them, they're lucky they get a statement from me. Because, like, I'm going to be going through it, right?
Yeah.
Off the map completely.
Yeah.
Presuming that he really did love that girl, he would have been going through it heavily. So sometimes you just say something because you feel pressured to say something. And I felt like everybody was looking to him to say something, especially given that some gal had posted
Yeah, and
some
they was
shit.
looking for him to say the wrong thing.
You
now.
know?
Yeah.
And I
Looking
was
for that.
like, I get that everybody was hurt about Bridget, because I went to school with Bridget, you know, so I actually knew Bridget at a point. We weren't close at the end, but I just mean, like, I saw it and I felt away, you know? And I still did not feel entitled to any particular statement from him, because I feel like, and I guess this alludes to what we were saying about Twitter. A lot of people are very much in the moment today and they forget tomorrow. So today we would speak about emotional availability and patience with people going through things. And then tomorrow it's like, I can't believe they didn't say exactly what I want to say, exactly how I wanted them to say it, in a particular tone.
Like,
And, you know, tone is definitely conveyed through text, 100%. You know?
So,
you know,
like,
I was just
Twitter
like,
people get them at ease, like,
I
allow
use
people to
Twitter,
be human,
but, like, I
you
feel
know?
like, I humanize people sometimes. So, like, if he didn't see it, I mean, hopefully he's not. So I don't know the guy, so I can't defend him. It could be very much his ass, you know. But presuming he's not, right? The man more than he girl. So I find all they just vex for today. All they don't even care. You know, you don't even
like
care.
Just the.
You
It
just
makes
there,
sense now.
You know, so I'm just like, come.
And then you watch it like this too. They expect you to get all the answers from an Instagram post, right?
Yeah.
Go and listen to
a couple
go
characters.
and listen to the song that he dropped after. Now.
Facts.
Listen to him speak in a way that he able to convey how he feeling properly now, boy. You dig? And he tell you exactly how he feeling in that song now. But you won't listen to it because you see an Instagram post now, boy. The man, you like him to begin with because he's a musical artist that could convey the message that you want to hear now, boy. But the story is not what you want to hear right now, so now you dog it real weird,
And
dog
only
it
that,
real
it's
weird.
common knowledge that you don't always particularly say the best things when leading with emotion.
Exactly.
Like, you could be angry and you might say some dumb shit, and then it's not necessarily something you particularly mean. And I know everybody like to pretend that pettiness is not a real and very alive thing, but
it is.
I know enough people, and
rampant.
I have been in cases where I would have told somebody, like my sister or something, some wickedness, and I don't really mean it. But
Yeah, just had to get some shit off your chest in the
my
moment.
sister, that's like, you gone get this smoke today. You know? So it's just like apply that same like grace you would run from other people, I guess,
To others.
Yeah.
You know, with a
when-
reason,
when-
like, don't be stupid, but like, you know,
Because when you have that, I feel like when you have that platform, people expect a lot more from you.
they
So
dehumanize you.
a crazy situation like that, like people would, I mean, I don't know if y'all, this is such a stupid thing to bring up to compare, but I mean, that whole Try Guys thing, like they released an apology. They said that they released the apology prematurely because people were pressuring them to say something. And I feel like that's similar to what happened there. So the timing just seemed a bit off. And because I'm guessing he didn't really know how to express it that way, it just, And people just love to attack.
Until
people.
till this day, I still feel like, again, like, just as that show me kind of like he, again, I don't know the guy, right? But like, it do have enough solid people around that man for nobody to see that and be like,
Be like,
dog,
yeah.
like not like you can't say that, but like,
Don't
dog,
say
I get
anything
what
for
you're
a
saying,
while.
but just rock back now, cause like you don't owe them nothing now, but
yeah.
Real
you
talk.
dig? Because
Real
none
talk.
of them there right
Honestly,
now.
Like,
all they
actually go
wanted
through
to
the motions
see
of
was
mourning
him
properly.
Denounce that girl, as in not Bridget, the other girl.
Mm-hmm.
To me, what it looked like everybody wanted to see was say, that's not my girl who come and post, because you know that girl who post up with him.
Yeah.
I think because he did not openly denounce that, everybody was like, well, he probably really have other boys. But my thing is, right, if I'm mourning and some dummy come and claim them, I'm not going to give them attention because they're going to get all this extra clout, all this extra, you know.
And then it'll just kind of
and it will still
reflect
blow up.
worse on me and
Yeah, and they go, actually, they would
Unfortunate.
still say he probably lying. Like, it was
Yeah.
never win in reality.
It have like a real strong urge for separation with people for some reason though. Like they just real thrive on like divide. And for me, what I realize, and I just theory that I have, and I might sound a little crazy, but I have a theory that like, you know them Instagram bots that just comment under your post something?
Yeah.
Like DM
Like
me and
DM for
blue check.
promo.
Yeah, like that kind of vibes. So I have a theory, right, that the world does run on the opinions of whoever does make them bots, right? Because them bots first to post on everything.
yeah.
And human beings second to do everything now, boy. So we'll just go with what the masses at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like so, almost like so. Humans are to move like clones now, boy. To where,
Yeah.
That's-
so where it's
Yeah.
like,
That's because of this
I think
and that's
it's like
social
a-
media, boy.
Yeah.
Kind of a herd mentality.
no, yeah, because you're diving into your phone, dog. You watch your comments, and then you think you have a full-on synopsis of what you're reading. Now you have
Yeah.
no
Facts.
idea of what's going on. Now. You
Facts.
just you saw 4 people say, "Nah, dog, it's a L," and to you,
Yep.
it's a L now.
Yep.
How? You don't even know what the hell is about now. Like you need to form your own opinion. Now. It have so
And actually
little people
do
with
some
opinion.
research
Yeah.
and
I
do
think
just
some that I think all
No,
of us
for
would have
sure.
participated in at some point,
For
but
sure.
it's
Sure,
like,
yeah.
like let the percentage you participate below. Like,
Yeah, dog. Like just once
that's kind of why I stopped posting on Twitter and thing too, because it's like people always take things that you say and want to twist it and just kind of paint their own narratives almost.
Yeah.
That's why I just
I mean, I use Twitter, but I simply don't use Twitter to really comment on very things that I feel like require a lot of context.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or require
yeah.
a lot of like tone matters and stuff like that. I would try my best not to comment. So if I do take the time to comment, I would like represent my tone. If you decide to misunderstand me, you bored.
Yeah, people just really try to misunderstand on purpose though. Like it's almost like that's just the game now. Like
Yeah.
that's what they want. Cool. Wait,
Yeah.
that's not my vibes. Now. I just feel like we in this point in the cycle of life, dog, where you're calling the spade now.
Yeah.
Because we fed up, dog. Like in all aspects you could possibly think of that statement.
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, bro. You can't hide from nobody no more. Now. Like
yeah,
bro,
they just had to kind of just ease you up a little bit now, boy.
like how we realizing
all-
like,
all
yeah,
it-
that everybody just traumatized at the same time.
Yeah.
You understand? Like that's just really what going on now. Because you think to yourself, yeah, we are going through it by time. Like, watch how much people really enjoying life here. And then you speak to real people and you're like,
shit.
nah, dog, that was the one good day for the last 2 years I had.
Yeah, real
You know what I
shit,
mean?
real
That kind
shit.
of vibes.
Real shit.
Yeah,
But,
bro.
Smile and nod.
That's what you had to do sometimes. And somebody that was just smiling and waving would have been Marshall, because Marshall recently sold out Barclays.
Crazy.
That
As
was
As a Trinbagonian, I felt proud as hell.
That was
I
mad.
don't
Like-
like I just run in parties and that's not.
Yeah.
I just run. It don't
You
matter.
had to run to the front of the stage.
No, I just run in regardless. It's a fact. It's just once the song's playing, we outside. We
Like-
outside.
As an artist, though, I mean, everybody does have that little moment where you just visualize for yourself being in front of the
Yeah.
full stadium and that kind of thing. Like, seeing Marshall actually sell out the Barclays, that's like
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
level shit.
That is,
Like,
yeah.
not any and everybody will be able to sell out the Barclays. Like, yo,
I'm glad people can respect him properly now. Because you know, some people are wild and you know, they like to say Marshall is excellency. Now we understand who's the baddest.
I think like just because again, I've been a public, not like anti. I just not really like too fond of soca music. Like I don't really listen to it that much outside of like the carnival period where it is just song like Amazing Grace to me. You know what I mean? Like on the streets on Juve, dog, I don't want to hear no rap, dog. I don't want to hear
That's a
nothing.
fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But you know.
trying to whine on a bumper right
Yeah,
now.
but as an artist, dog, seeing
Yeah, all right. We fine.
Keep the ensemble
he
together
say
there.
slap the head down
Don't
upon the
look
gas. But yeah, just like yeah, bro. As an artist, seeing that, it's crazy though. It have no. It don't matter what he could be. He could have saying anything though. Like just to put the map there.
Yeah.
To that scale, like that's just more eyes, and the more eyes it will trickle down now. Boy. Like no matter how you feel about him,
and it wasn't just him too. He bring other artists on stage with him.
About to say, no, it's really inspirational to see something like that, because a lot of people would say, you know, you're from Trinidad. How far are you really gonna reach? You know?
Yeah.
Because you know, so to see something like that, I mean,
we actually have a benchmark to show that we could aspire to this here now, and it's not just something like in our imagination anymore.
Yeah. So that was amazing. To see.
That's dope.
Yeah, because once the light shine, I still firmly believe that it have a spotlight to shine on Trinidad, that it didn't even shine
for sure
fully yet. Like it have people getting the peaks of it, but the light ain't really hit like full beam yet. And when it does hit, dog, is who was ready now. But you know,
who was putting in the work, and
you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like all you gotta see, like it have opportunities are coming up. Like you can feel it now, but you can legit feel it. Like you see Marshall somebody back there, you see Kes getting called up for
the Grammy consideration
J. Perry. And it's like you understand, so it's like within this short space of time here, we seeing like little things that could show, especially they use like ourselves, like boom, it have like things now, but like real life things that
real talk,
could be
like
done.
And that's stuff like what maybe later could evolve into, you know. But in terms of the industry altogether as artists in alternative genres, how you feel about the space, like in general right now? Because for me personally, I feel as though the space is just, like you were saying, ripe for just the right type of burst of energy from artists, from the people that consume music here locally. Like the local palette for music has expanded so much. You will actually, as a rapper, go on a stage and get forward, and when you come off stage, people will be like, dog, bars on point. Keep doing what you're doing. Like how y'all feel about the industry right now?
Rappers are cool with, I guess. You know? But like I feel like it's two sides of the whole scheme, right? So as a get rapper, it have real people that wanna see it like prosper and want to see it go where it need to go and go where it could have gone long time, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But then on the flip side, have people that trying to keep that way it is now. Not like in a because it's gatekeeping, but not like in a gatekeeping, more like in a fair now, boy. You know?
The rum for me now, please. The rum? Yeah. Got some of that rum popping. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. I ain't trying to say the name of the specific rum because Apartment 33 can be sponsored and partnered with from certain corporate entities. So at that point in time, that's when you can see your brand here within the frame.
Yeah.
But like
just
for real.
It have like the two feelings now. It have the feelings of people that are proud and people that are envious now. But in the two sides that like I making music 2 years, bro, and I lost majority of my friends solely off the fact that I decided to make music.
Damn.
Huh? Like, now most of my other friends was other artists now, but I just not on that bad energy, so I wouldn't say anything else on it now. Just most of my friends not there no more solely because of the fact that I make music now, but
almost as though they're not seeing the landscape and how it evolving right now, and how much room it have for everybody to get through in the life.
And so it take like some of them too. It take a while for people to kind of catch on, because Trinidadians also have a love for. I hate to say Trinidadians because someone like trying to bash, but like it's just I feel like it's true that we have a kind of. We like to see finished product, like especially like with the parents, especially
join the journey.
Yeah, it's like
help prop us up along the journey.
Like before I do anything, my pops need to see a full on itinerary of how this going to make sense. You know what I mean? And it's like dog, like
A to Z, not knowing, bro. Like, right now I on C. I don't even know how I gonna get to F. Exactly, like I just winging it right now.
Yeah,
just
so
support.
Just the two sides of it, and just knowing that like as much as people want to see it go in the right direction, there are people that would also like to see it benefit them at least now, at the very least.
And if it can't benefit them, they don't want to see it reach where it have to reach either.
And it's just that's why again, like to big up We Love again, it's just like that
for sure.
was realization to me, like, oh, I don't
Eye-opening.
have to go to these people, and I don't have to be friends with these people, and I don't have to go and
Yeah.
You could just
beg,
put
you
in that
know.
work.
You can-
Yeah,
yeah.
for-
A clique culture.
yeah, there's always been like friends thing
yeah.
now, but like I ain't gonna lie, like I sure I could message somebody and somebody can message somebody and message somebody, and tomorrow morning Big Ben's playing the radio. You dig? But not our soul. Not
see,
our
because-
soul. Yeah, but not our soul going to actually say, let me listen to what actually happening in Trinidad to spot down the own now, boy.
Yes.
Or put the platform there. Dog, the amount since We Love, and I had to watch you because you had to know is We Love do that, dog. Since We Love, Big Ben just went. Phew,
Yeah.
Up. Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, cool.
Happy to say I was one of the people that was onto it early.
know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Big up,
and
we
it-
love still same way.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like, dog, it have so much like.
The power of platform.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro, and just
True.
And
yeah,
that's-
because no,
Oh,
you go.
no, I mean, I feel like platform, when you're talking about a platform, sorry to bash her, I mean, people have been bashing her for the last 3 days, but we could have had that platform a very long time ago with Miss
Elaborate.
Minaj, with Nicki.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
could have had, why did it take so
They
long?
take her saying Jamaica by mistake.
I'm talking about the remix with Skeng.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
took
yeah.
her so long
Destra
to
and
bring
Patrice.
Destra and Patrice in. I mean,
Patrice.
I'm a Bob. I'm not
You
right
killed
now.
that
I'm kind of
shit,
mad
Patrice.
at her. But like, I mean, it took so long for that to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Destra
I mean-
and Patrice, Destra's been making music since like before I was born. I mean, like,
All right, so let me just offer a little bit of a different perspective here, right? It have logistics that would have to go into endorsing certain things.
Yeah.
So especially Nikki, I just shooting you some bill here because it's one love, we's all Trinis here. But like when you're in the major label circuit, it's not just all right. You're a good artist, I'm going to endorse you and just post you up and just give you a
Yeah.
like. You had to go through managers, you had to go through sign-offs, you had to make sure that you could actually work with somebody and not mess up a bag
No,
elsewhere.
I would say, do
I get that.
when you reach a certain level of stardom, quote unquote,
Exactly.
that is not the
That
truth
is
now.
not-
boy.
yeah.
You
I
don't know
nah, bro,
people's
I-
contracts.
No, what? Like, as in,
Don't play what's saying.
nah, I
Hold
wouldn't
on. Stick
downgrade
up in for a
contract,
second.
yeah, nah, for sure. I
You
wouldn't
don't
downgrade
know
peop- yeah.
people's contracts.
For sure, I wouldn't downgrade the paper and what they sign, right? But I just saying to have a certain point, like I'd use these two men, I use Kanye and Drake for a reason, bro. The rules
true.
don't apply to them, and I don't care what nobody's saying now, like
Yeah.
it don't.
True.
It don't apply to them. They just do what they want and nobody say nothing because they are who they are now. Boy.
That's a
so
fact,
to
that's a
that
fact.
point,
And Nicki
Minaj
been her.
the biggest
Nikki
for
been her.
time, bro.
Yep.
That's
You
a
know what I
fact.
mean? Not to like say okay, because give thanks it happened and we
Yeah.
still getting the shine. And again, I think all things happen for a reason now. So this timing when the light really coming onto the country in a bigger scene now, it's kind of the best time now, boy, where
That's a fact.
the underground could really rise up
Yeah.
now because people will now turn their eyes on it. You know what I
Say,
mean?
oh,
And say boom, we're going on
Trinidad,
here.
that's what they're working with.
Yeah,
Tobago,
yeah.
that's what they're working with.
You understand?
Oh, damn.
That's where
I'll
they
pay a little bit more
could
attention
play
over
off.
here.
Yeah, but like, so I'll use an example here, which is very funny. Because I remember I posted on Instagram of a kicks, right? Because again, this is why I have close friends, because I can't make jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I posted, I'm the best R&B artist in Trinidad, thoughts.
Talk
right?
your shit.
I thought people would know that was a joke because I was legit vaping in the video and I was laughing at the end of the video now. I had it there, dog, and I was legit
Nah, but talk your shit though.
no, because I don't talk like that now, but I doing my thing and that's just everybody
Let
else doing their
these
thing now.
bitches
You know what I
know.
mean? No, but so the funny thing is, somebody was like, Killer be better than me by far now.
Just,
No, so here the, no,
just start the disclaimer. Yeah, put the disclaimer out there.
Take a seat for this
no,
one.
right, but they, you know how like you could repost,
Switzerland.
you know, you could like repost the story answers and thing. I just did it because I was like, dog, they were trying to build the vibe, dog. Like, I had this girl on the list for my
She on my
show
cast
to
right now,
perform.
bro.
Like, before all of that, you know what I mean? Like, before all of that, I like, yo, boom. Like, again, people don't catch, like, when she was posting on SoundCloud, I was like, dog, this girl, you know what I mean? So it's like, everybody want to keep their thing to themselves, even like the
Yeah.
fans, I hate that word, but even like the fans
Supporters.
of artists, right? Like, that's why it have so much beef, like in everything now. Like, men want to be this, men want to be that, but dog,
Yeah.
men making good music, you know, you know what I
And
mean?
it don't only have one spot, like we were saying earlier. It literally don't only have one spot.
Which like how streaming and thing is now.
Yeah.
Real
We
shit.
all just number
To the point
one,
it
bro.
has so much.
Yeah.
Like-
That's why the boy
You
cutting
could-
the Grammys and things, dog. Them
Yeah.
thing not real.
I mean, yeah.
Them thing not real, dog. Them thing not real. But
No, yeah,
for sure.
I think-
exactly. No, like you could
I
say
so no,
scammies.
hear why. I solely want
my top 3.
Yeah.
I solely want a Grammy so I could throw rum in it and drink out it. I just want to
For
recreate
sure.
the video.
For
that Drake
sure.
did when he win the Grammy. That's all I want to do. I don't need it for
Yeah.
anything else. After that, I go and buy my mom's. That's it. You know what I mean?
Cut the check. This could
Nah,
be you
yeah.
in the frame
But
right
it's
now.
like,
Shameless
yeah,
plug.
look, again, I firmly believe for a long time that my only competition is myself now, boy. I'm not
That's a
trying
big
to be
fact.
better than nobody, dog, because I cannot do what you just do. I
Yeah.
cannot do what you just do. That is impossible. Have
You're
you
not,
heard them? I
you're
can't
not
do
even
that.
gonna appeal to the type of people that
Exactly,
she
no.
appeals to.
Exactly.
Because everyone has their own audience.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, I definitely agree with
dog,
that.
It's real more like, and that's why it's just more love, dog. Cause like,
Real
bro,
shit.
it's really not making no sense. Like when again you can't really see what somebody trying to say in a way. When you're really like almost purposefully being ignorant to something, it's like, oh, for the sake of it, I go just nah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like all they're trying to
Yeah,
cast
no,
this
at
divide
least-
right
yeah,
now.
at least taste it before you say.
Whatever.
When it comes to jokes, like, okay, how to put it? You know, if like you're an artiste, sarcastic or something, the only people who actually know that
It's your people.
actually know
And
that.
I realized
people.
I deleted the story very quickly.
So what I'm saying is, I get how it might have been misconstrued to other people because people just always forget your tone, your personality is not conveyed
Yeah.
in these
Real
quotes. Your
shit.
friends who could, like they will hear it in your voice because they talk to you and they know you.
Yeah.
But like if it's in you saying something wild, I just always say it's better just save the time.
And but it's
just
like,
post it
dog,
your
it's
friends
like, dog,
because-
why would I really? I mean,
because there are people who would, so people would just, you know, but we
no,
take
true.
No,
'Cause
but-
I just,
But I guess
It
what you
are
mean,
certain people that
No,
just
yeah.
like to pop their shit every now and again.
which is
Like,
fine, which
yeah,
is fine.
all that's
But
cool,
psych
you
yourself
have
up.
to be like cognizant of
yeah,
these factors.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know, like, cause I know, okay, cool. Some people might take that serious, whatever, but it's just like the plane feels so weird to me now. But like nobody wanna be nobody friend. You know, or nobody want to support nobody because then you might be giving support where you could have
So-
began.
so why
you know?
somebody like that is my whole thing. Why somebody didn't jump out and be like, "You're damn right, bro. You the
No,
best."
some of them like would have said that, but again, it was like,
But it's just I just point out the fact that they're so quick to jump to the hate instead. Now,
nah, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just
Like-
how it is now. But and like again, the person that said it, I know what he was talking about because I and him had a conversation, and I was like, dog, I know my vocals, and he mentioned like to us like you have somebody, yeah, the vocals be cutting now, way. You understand? So we was like, yeah, I was telling him like, you don't have to tell me that, and I know. Like
Yeah.
we talking vocals, that makes sense. I'm not trying to say that now, but you gotta deep it like that now. But
Yeah.
Like,
laugh and move on now. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
I don't like stan culture, and I differentiate stan from fans.
Yep.
And like I feel like
Stans are scary.
I always
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
like I wanted
like
to be
cult.
purposeful in letting my fan base or supporter base know that I don't condone bullying. So to me, if you are my actual
Big up
fan,
you. Big up you.
That's some
like
healthy
you
stuff.
could correct people and things. I'm not saying like you can't like I'm not saying that people like trash on my name or nothing like that, but like it how ways now, boy, to do certain things. And like that's one thing I kinda had an issue with Miss Iki, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes she does condone
Weaponize
like,
these fan
'cause I
bases.
think at this point she has been in the game long enough to know how Bobs are.
Yeah.
Like we know Bobs are. You know,
They go
and
off.
I feel like
The
if
man
you know you
behind-
have
They
that
will
kind
follow
of
you,
power,
and your mentions going off for the next week.
yeah,
them
you
like,
know,
you
so
know,
like
dog,
to
yeah,
me,
with
I'm
nothing.
like, yeah,
to
everybody
say
had
that,
the freedom to say what I'm saying, but I don't really like, because it's not really how I am, so I wouldn't feel comfortable if somebody going through like turmoil
I mean, but
under the
it
guys of supporting me.
have the flip
Because I
side of
feel
it too, you know.
whoa.
It have the flip side of it too, right? Because certain stans is the type of people that will defend your music
No,
when
and-
it have the
no,
people that kind of
what
trying
I
to
said,
make it seem like
fans and stans mean a different thing. Fans defend your music.
Yeah.
Fans stick up for you, but they're not necessarily like blind.
Yeah,
or
they
they're
don't,
not like
Yeah.
they
kind
don't
of
compromise
blind.
their own morals.
Yeah,
and,
but
you know.
to me,
Yeah.
there are certain people who would just they would demoralize if they would find the dirt on some random person. They'll go and like,
Yeah.
like to me, that's a lot of commitment to wickedness.
Real talk. Real talk.
Say
You
free
can't-
this and free that and
You
go
can't
kill
particularly
14
have a
people.
life if you're doing that. To me, you know, like I don't matter how much I do, like you to scroll through your profile to whatever year. That's
to
just-
find your misstep from 12 years
to
ago.
me, I mean, it's
Good.
easy to look
They
it
do
up,
time
but I
out.
just feel like it's a lot of commitment, and
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want my fan base to be known for that. Like, yes, obviously I can't control. They would always have people like that, but I wouldn't want it to be that I am happy with it
Yeah.
or condoning that or weaponizing that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's okay. No, I love
like-
her music too. I just
like-
saying.
no, I'm
could
gonna be
I could see
honest.
it.
Like,
She could
It's not
potentially
good.
call you for a feature too now that the light on Trinidad, so
No, but just saying like.
tread lightly with the
Yeah.
words.
Yeah,
Nikki, we love you. We just keeping it a buck.
There's been a trending, I guess, recently, certain
Yeah.
things she's been up to, and I was just like, girl, why are you doing all that? Like, you know, so you can't. I'm a fan. I'm not a stan.
Yeah,
So
I
could
mean-
see something
You could
wrong
call out the
and-
bullshit
Yeah,
still.
I could see something wrong. If something wrong, and it's not good.
I could
You
kind of. I mean, I could. I'm not sympathizing with stan culture at all, but I feel like music, because I'm just talking about stans for like musical artists. Music is such a powerful thing. So when a particular artist kind of just like lifts you up, I don't know if I'm making any sense.
You are,
So
you
like.
are.
I'm like segueing into the fact that I used to have a Taylor Swift account, like you know.
Okay.
I had something of the sort, kind of something. Now with Taylor Swift, of
Drake.
course, but
Yeah.
I just know you wouldn't get into who it is or what.
I feel like it was
You
Drake.
know.
It was
Yeah.
Drake, guys.
I
You know,
feel it,
like,
Nick,
you
I
know,
feel
so
it, I
like
feel
I'm
it.
like this girl kind of Taylor Swift kind of saved my life. You know.
No,
I'm
but you
a big
could kind of
you know, so, like,
empathize with
so-
the whole
No, but I
understanding of
admire that, you know.
supporting somebody so vehemently.
Yeah, so like when they were like, "Oh, Taylor Swift is over," I was riding for her. I was
that's
like, you know,
okay
like,
though.
you know, I was like,
It's
"No,
a
how could you
rule.
say something like this, Taylor? Is the music industry like don't even get it?" You know, so that was kind of my behavior.
That's me and Beyonce, and to me,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You know, but
But-
like when you are like, I'm gonna bring up what happened. I think it was last year with Miss, like
Her.
when the Bobs like literally hacked a reporter in Trinidad's phone. I don't know if
Oh,
you
wow.
know
So I'm saying,
about that.
that's a bit much to me.
I didn't even know
That
about
was
that.
insane to me, and watching that whole thing go down with a bag of popcorn because that was insane.
So,
you know,
like-
like
Damn.
that.
So like
You
you
know?
see how
That's
you said
crazy,
Taylor
yeah.
is
Yeah.
the industry. To me, that's perfectly fine. Like obsessively gassing up, making
Yes.
very crazy, but like
That's what I'm
statements
saying.
about your thing. To me,
Bentley
it's
use the
fine.
baddest R&B artist in
Like, to me,
Trinidad and
that's
Tobago,
fine.
though.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
that level of
Long as it-
standing. I don't stand to the point of blindness for when something is wrong. I
Yeah.
don't mean like I'm gonna sit down here and say if you don't like Beyonce, you have bad judgment. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not even, I won't question it. So like I understand that level of like thing, but
Supportership.
but I mean like. Certain things, if you feel like something is not wrong and you know it's not wrong, just kind of just digging at anybody who
Yeah.
has an opposing view when you could literally see that it's probably problematic.
Yeah.
To me, that is where it kind of goes, or you're just like insulting everybody and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Kind of tying back to what Bentley started talking about. Can I call you Bentley? I feel like
Yeah,
that's it.
sure. It does throw me off
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
sometimes
like
because
Bentley, you
but
know.
nah, that's cool.
Yeah, like kind of tying back to what you were saying. I mean, it's kind of good to be your own stan. I don't know if you said it or you said it, but it's good to
Talk
have
your
that
shit. Pick
mentality
yourself up.
about yourself. I mean, like kind of like fuck what other people are thinking. You know, I've said Billy is the greatest song ever made
you would
at
be
least
correct.
5 times on Twitter,
Sheesh.
and I like lost followers over
But that's
that. Like
not-
lost 2
for
followers,
real?
but you know, yeah, I lost like 2 followers. I told it about it for a
that
little
must-
bit.
There wasn't real followers
Yeah,
to
like,
begin
they were-
with.
I
yeah.
don't track my
You know,
followers at
but
all.
like
All you just lose out.
yeah, you know, like it's good to
Like, if you don't
think
hear me,
that
fuck
of
you.
yourself. It's good to think that of yourself because at the end of the day, that's really all you have.
Yeah, it's you
You
guys.
know?
You
shit.
have to live in delusion to the music, honestly.
Exactly.
No, for sure,
like,
for sure.
like I mean, even you know, I was like, you know, I don't really have that pop star budget, and he was like, you know, but you are a pop star, so once
Big
you believe
facts.
that, you know, you will make it. You know, like you have to, you have
And you
to.
need people like that in
you
your
have
corner
to,
too.
yeah, you have to pick up
Yeah,
yourself
for
constantly like that because I mean, if you, I have a serious problem with like, oh gosh, I'm getting deep and personal, but like, I
That's
have a
right.
serious problem with like, ever since I was younger, I was like a people pleaser,
Yeah.
you know, and it took a very long time for me. I'm still working on it, you know, to get
Yeah.
out of that, and you just have to pull yourself up and be like, you know,
Yeah, forget that.
you're that girl.
Yeah,
You know, you are that, yeah, you are the greatest R&B singer. You're the greatest pop
Today,
star. You know?
I am.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, if that's what it takes,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're like me, but you know, sometimes you just know you're good. And you
Nah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's-
no.
I know that's
No
that's-
facts.
I think
because-
everybody's sitting down at this table
Yeah.
confident in what it is they could do on a mic.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
what coming out on the mic is great, so don't even worry
Yeah.
about it. Don't even stress about
As-
it.
as-
I be real anxious. I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's another
where
thing.
I want to be. So it's like people tell me, "Yo, you so good." I'm like, "Thanks." And in my head, I was like, "That performance was
Yeah,
like."
I could be like, I could
You-
be
you-
better.
this-
You see,
can't
that's the
believe I said
difference. As an artist, you know where you can go,
Yeah.
and as a supporter, we just get what you
have
put
to-
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't know when something go wrong.
Yeah.
it-
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
something I had to
Because
like.
for the finale, I set start and I forget words and things, so I just let the beat run. I was
Yeah.
like,
My
catch
last
it.
performance, I got
We just
in
vibing.
the middle
Yeah.
of it. So I literally had a whole 5 seconds of nothing in.
Yeah, you
Because I
saw
was
them.
like, hold on. I was like, let's continue.
Yeah, and to them, it's just that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
It
how they
wasn't
see
supposed to
the
happen,
plan.
but we
You
got
know?
over it.
So
Yeah.
as we speaking
Almost
about
fell.
speaking about sets, that's okay. As we speaking about sets, we have the maybe later birthday party and show. Like, what make you decide to merge your birthday celebration with the show? I don't know if that was a little bit cringe or was a birthday party,
I mean,
but
well, it is. Well,
a
technically,
year of life.
yeah, it's technically it's a what is it? It's a celebration of life. You know, that kind of way. But I feel like last year for my birthday, I dropped 22 roses. Right, the song. Yeah, you think? Because I turned 22, and well, you know, I had the rest.
I love things
But-
like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, I dropped that because that year, like, two of my brethren had passed, and I was like, just real out there for my birthday.
Yeah.
You know, and then in the second half of that song, I talk about still
Condolences, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know how in the I say you know how like if everybody know the song, but anyhow, in the start of the song, right, I talk about it's my birthday, but what is there to celebrate if all my niggas in here today, right? And in the second half, I say, but I still going to celebrate because I have.
But
niggas
that's
that
what they would
still-
want you to do
'cause-
too.
Yeah, exactly, and still have people around now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this year I was like, I'll pour up music, but we just kind of sat and thought, you know, we could do something more and celebrate the life because last year we really didn't get much time to celebrate. Now it was a lot of
Fair.
this mourning going on. So
different things happening.
yeah, and just that's what I really a next big part of it for me and like my team now. I tell you is like 3-4 people deep, but yeah, we just like I don't work a 9 to 5 job now. Like this is my 9 to 5, which is normally
Music is
more
plan
like,
A, B, and C right
which
now.
is normally
Must
like
be nice.
Hmm?
I said must be nice.
no, not really, not really, no.
No, I
It
get it,
have
I
it,
get
it,
it.
have it
Yeah.
moments
Just
for
to,
sure.
just
No.
to, I mean, just to do it fully.
No,
you know,
for
and,
sure,
like,
for
not
sure,
have to
'cause-
answer to anybody.
No, yeah, for
Just
sure. 'cause,
immerse
like,
yourself in that
Yeah.
shit.
It have more like exactly. So it
Yeah,
have
you
more
need
like
that bread.
space, right? But it's just like it just not set up. Like two things just kind of collide. Whereas like life and finances does collide with me and my dreams. You know, all the time. And
You
so I
want to
just-
solve, but the reality does kind of play
yeah,
gravity
and
at the
so-
same time.
And so earlier this
Yeah.
year, I kind of just make a decision that for me to do what I think I capable of doing, I feel like I just need to have the peace of mind to operate and create in a way. And I
feel
tried, dog. I've been my like job history is just endless, bro. Like any random job, I work in a roti shop, dog. Like that kind of vibes, you know what I mean?
Just get to
Just
it.
get the dust now, boy. But then I realized like
Chase the bag.
but like then it was for me. It was like
Chase
I have
up.
the money, but now I have nothing to do with this money now, boy.
Mm.
Like I have no time to make a beat. I have none of this like, and I don't really like my thing like that. So it's like, why I supposed to do this now? You know, my
Like even after you put yourself in a gear to make that dust, you're just so drained, like
Yeah.
physically, mentally. You
Yeah.
can't even put yourself in a creative frame of mind.
And so that is
Yeah.
really like I understand by so many different levels like the necessity of money and how money does operate in the real world. But at the same time, like I also know like at an age where I could afford to take this risk now, boy. I can't take this risk when I was 31, 32. Like
Yeah,
when I'm
yeah.
trying to really like at least film something. Like I usually give myself until 25, but I kind of extend the date because 25 kind of close now, boy. You know, so we can extend the date a little bit. But turn 23 for the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, people tell me I was get in between as some are younger and some are older.
Yeah, I
according
thought
to
you were
how I-
younger. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
they-
Because you're older.
You see, exactly. Right? Real life vibes.
All right, so as you're saying that, right? Like, I know exactly what you're talking about because I was there like 3 years ago, maybe. Like, how your people receiving that, if it is you're willing to get into that little bit, because like it's one thing when you go in 100% for your dream and you just tunnel vision with everything, but your people, your support system around you trying to let you know.
Yeah.
Watch out, I just focusing right now.
Yeah, you said it even better. But yeah.
But yeah, like how your people, your support system around you react to you just taking this approach, because you really need to just be selfish with your dream at certain points, because not everybody gonna see the end goal and you gonna just have to cut through.
Personally, like real raw with it, like they don't really support what I'm doing. They don't like see it making sense. And sometimes I doesn't see it making sense. But in a sense, like sometimes what they project, because I realize for my family at least, is a lot of tradition and projection. That's the two things that we just run on. You know? Well, this is how it had to work.
The unconventional part is kind of taboo almost.
Yeah, so like my uncle, like he was my oldest of my parents' kids. He went QRC and he became this big lecturer in UE and blah 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 blah. So now when I passed to QRC, he was like, oh, our next one.
Swear you're a alien.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, that blue blood thing.
Blue blood?
I don't really vibe it like that. Like,
No man.
No, me either, but
lost-
it's
I
just a
lost
kind of connection
yeah,
whenever
I
I meet
lost
another
my- I lost
QRC
my
man
ring.
now,
I can see
boy.
you as a curious guy, but I didn't see you because you
Swear.
because all they have a
Yeah. So I never get
We gotta
that
talk that shit.
experience
like
from
you
it,
have
like.
that personality, like it skip you.
Yeah, I never get that experience from it. It's just like there was like, alright, cool, so there's the next one of that now, and I was like very early on I realized that's not what I was about. Like,
Fair.
and how them things just work for me is like, it was always against me now, boy. Like in the sense of like how I don't want to say the system, but the system, how the school system especially.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had conversations with teachers where they let me know is like it have I want to say it on like every interview, but I'll say it again. There's like it have business, science, children we don't know what to do with. Then also my
And
math
that
teacher
is
tell
so
me.
limiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Demoralizing for the wrong spirit too.
Yeah, like, and so like I went to that. I remember when one of my friends had his first exhibition. I had a history exam the day though, and first I know school wasn't for me. Like I legit see how many paper, I write my name on the paper and I hand it back now. And I walk out of class. Now it make a little more sense to my family why I do that. Then it was ruckus. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because
How
I
you
mean,
could-
at the same
that's
time,
a-
you didn't really have the
Yeah.
solid part with music, because
Exactly.
music is a more new
And
thing
so-
for you.
Yeah, and so it's just like I don't know, but sometimes it is just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do, and when I'm not doing it, I'll be way more miserable than when I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
Like cool, like right now I can't go everywhere and move everywhere like I want to, or have all the things I want to. But like I say about the living in the future now, boy.
You see the end
I
game.
see that now, but
Yeah,
I see the having that, but I also know what it takes to have that now. But
I was just about to ask, like, bro,
It's real
is work?
exactly now, and that's
So-
why I had to take, cause I legit like I feel like me working and doing music, I can't do that now, boy. So like it reached a point where my brand is the only source of income that I have, where like, and I don't even really put out stuff like that because I'm so focused on the music. But it's like,
Because the thrift brand, right?
yeah, I've Thrift and the Trigger, which is a thrift store, but that's more like I have that set up as a whole next story, but I kind of have that set up for other people to benefit from. I really make money from that. It's more like a space for you to sell your stuff from.
Okay, so what you
Everybody
making
kinda
money
have
off of?
White Roses. Yeah.
White Roses. Plug that shit full
No,
100
it's
right now.
whiteroses.co on IG, but it's like we don't have anything for sale right now because it's more of like documentation of my ideas through
So
fashion.
you basically have prototypes, that type of thing,
like full on
posted.
made stuff that I does wear all the time, but like it's not for sale because it's not necessarily for that right now. It's not to sell right now. Like it's just to say the things that I don't want to say in my songs and I don't want to say it in my mouth.
Fair,
Like, you
fair.
dig, like that's where I'll put it now, boy. Like
Fair.
this month, I was supposed to have one. Can I curse on this?
Yeah, feel free, bro.
Yeah, I
Shit.
had one where it was just blank on the front and on the back. It just fuck cancer now, boy. Because cancer riddled my whole family now, boy. But
Fair.
people would see you selling and be like, "Oh, you can sell a jet." You say,
People would really buy that.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Our people would real buy that, but my grandmoms and my moms and my
Yeah.
pops, and they're like, "Let me see your new design." Well, you know, Stacey, see when you're selling this jersey, and it's like,
Fine design, you know, them go
you know, so
Sell it to them
Yeah.
passionately and
I have I've known people who pass from that. Trust me, people are in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
to draw straight back to the actual question of why I had the show was because I want a way for people like me to see monetization in the craft now, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
not just come and show them that you're good at something, also take home something. You know, you don't only get to take
Yeah.
anything back. And it's not
Motivate
like-
yourself at the
because
same
most
time.
Most times people really can't like give what they want to give you, but at the same time it's like for people like me especially, like I need something. It's like some like a firm handshake or something to show that like I was appreciated now, but you know what I
Okay.
mean? So that's why like
Yeah.
with the show we just round up, like we have separate like just like we just round up just to give people like some monetary form of like thanks. Like I know it's not like, I know you're definitely making more money working than coming here and perform, and I know it's still a favor, but like I just
I appreciate you
'cause,
taking
yeah,
the
you
time
know,
out
it's-
still
'cause
to
just like
rock with the
the-
vision.
Because just like, yeah, but I just want people like to see, like, because I know a lot of youths that are talented, but they feel like it have no, and it's crazy that
No profit.
it's crazy that how much money is like a motivator. Like I know
Yeah.
enough talented youths dog that are doing crime because they're
Yeah.
not making as much money doing music than doing crime.
At the end of the day, you gotta eat, bro.
You
Gotta eat.
understand? And so why not show our same youth man like what even with my little brother, like he now finished Form 5 like last year, and he don't even know what he wanna do right now. He working like part-time.
Show him an alternative route,
I just
basically.
carry him everywhere. You know, here today because he working, but I just carry him
Yeah.
everywhere, and we just pay him now. Like to be around, like you are the cameraman today. You take all the BTS, like all the
Yeah.
footage, all the stuff that you see me in. Normally him not take it now, boy. Like that's just, and I want him to see from young, like dog, you could do that. Like it'll be $2 at a time, but
Yeah.
that gonna multiply now, boy. You could say fuck away with all that other shit. You don't have to go and work now. You could legit find something you good at. Boom, boom, boom.
But they actually need to see it happening
To see it
first
happen, and like somebody
beforehand.
had to give them it and be like, yo, like it's like with Young Thug and Lil Baby, dog. Thug
Yeah,
gave him the
Thug
100
pay him to come off the
in
street.
cash to come off, 'cause
Like, yeah,
he had to
get in the
prove to him
studio.
that it make more sense doing this than doing that. Now, boy.
Look
Yeah.
at Baby today.
Yeah.
Practically running the rap game.
Man making the World Cup song, dog. That's
Yeah.
all I had to hear. That's all I
Real
had to hear
talk.
again, you know, it's like,
But like, just to kind of pivot a little bit, because I know that's just one side of the room. Like, I see in your bio, BSc, electrical engineering.
That was the time.
Like, you take the time to become a certified electrical engineer
Yeah.
and R&B. Like,
Well, I was.
how
more-
that transition happen?
I was more of a math and science student. Since I was young, I was really pretty good at it. Like, you know.
A natural knack for it.
Yeah, like I didn't particularly choose engineering. When like my teachers tell me you should be an engineer because you will do add maths good, you'll do pure maths good. So like I would have choose my subjects and stuff, and then people was like, you know, thinking scholarships and stuff because I went to convent. So like, you know, you have that.
You went to convent?
You realize I never said convent once I that.
Convent?
But here's you say that.
No,
You know?
I mean, I just had to.
It's crazy.
It traffic on here, so I don't know what I say. But yeah, continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So, I was just
Yeah.
pretty good at outside. In Form 5, I would have did the biochem, phys, add maths, add Spanish, them kind of thing. And then for keep, because we were trying,
Smart people shit.
we were trying to get like a scholarship. So I did the pure phys, chem, and keep, and I did applied outside.
So,
inside of school you doing.
so
I was like in lessons every evening. I was like
overachiever much?
boom. And then electrical
fair.
engineering happened almost kind of by accident because I had
You just stumble on a big degree,
in the
like
sense that I just applied for it, but initially my plan was to take a year. So in the first, like right after Cape, I was doing my SATs
Okay.
at the same time. And then after, my mommy was like, go to school by the time I doing the SATs. But she thought that elect was like more like a humanities degree, you will have time. I didn't have no time. I was very much depressed in year one because I had classes in 8 o'clock and finishing 6 o'clock, and that's not
Damn.
with gaps. That's 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 1 to 3, 3
So-
to 5, 5 to 7, 5 days a week, you know. So
what?
I hated that shit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I probably only started to like
That's
degree.
why I have an associate degree.
Yeah,
I get fed up
probably
at school.
started to like that degree in like year 3. But I really I didn't like to, like I started it, so I felt like I had to finish it. But like real people, I dropped out the degree. Like it was licks. It had parts that was cool, like, you know, the little community learning things. Like,
Yeah.
I had like my final year project, you know, like make weather station and stuff. Like that was fun. It was cool. Like
Interactive stuff that could actually pique your interest a little bit.
like wiring up a house, like them kind of thing was fun. But like, don't ask me to do it
I'm not
now.
gonna say you could wire up.
I
a
could,
whole-
if I revise it or something. It wasn't bad. You know, I just wouldn't. I need to learn how to like plaster and thing. But you could get a license easy. But that's a different topic, right?
Yeah. So
I-
why like music, since you have all this certification and
Because as I think I always start my story by telling people music was never a thing for me, in the sense that it was just like my thing. I always liked music since I was a young child. Me and my cousins used to throw little yard concerts, and we used to call ourselves the cheetah birds. We always liked that, but it wasn't like something I would think about because I was in a house where they tell you, that would make sense, money, thing. So I didn't really look at it
Caribbean
as
parents, please.
I relate to it, and why
Yeah,
I
the
say that.
Peruvian kind of situation.
But I don't think it's a bad. How to put it? We in the industry, dog. We know it's shit.
Yeah.
So I think they tell us that because they would have probably seen people before them try it,
Yeah.
fail,
Yeah.
and suffering.
Yeah, and plenty with parents there's a lot of like projections of what they
Yeah,
couldn't do.
so because
Yeah.
of that, I
Big
get that they
facts.
just don't want us to be spending our whole 20s trying to do something,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
we still like not at a better place. So I understood that point of view and I appreciated it. So I saw the merit in finishing my schooling and finishing my stuff. Because right now I'm working in a section. I want to say where I'm working, but I still get to apply. Some
Don't
of
just
that
pop up on
to
Killer
like
B
a-
just all the random
So
weirdos.
it's an engineering section. I'm not the engineer in the section, but I work underneath engineers and I assist in like making the diagrams for this something. So, you know, I'm money making. So,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm not
You
mad
could
at
pour
it.
you could pour more projects, you know what I mean?
You know, so I see the merit in it, and I look at like I want to keep having jobs in the field, and I want to view it as seed money for whatever I actually want to do.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate
you know,
that.
whether it's seed
I
money
feel
for
that.
music, seed money for real estate, I've things, I have like bucket list things in my life that I want to achieve. You know,
Sound like a retirement plan.
yeah, you know. So yeah, I would have done that, but like I don't recall all of the review. Like I got through. I finished Amen, but it was a lot.
But yeah, you do what you had to do, and now you reach where it is you had to reach.
Yeah.
So it's like
So like I wouldn't like
you're doing what you had to do.
depend on me for your life or nothing, but like you know,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
alright.
I like Asia. What's the vibe with you? Like,
What degree you have?
Well, I feel like I'm gonna show my extreme youth here.
you?
I kind of was presented with the same thing that Bentley said. It feels weird saying
Nice.
Bentley.
That's what
The same thing,
again.
you know. I went to Bishop's and another prestigious school, and they're like, so it's either business, science, or you know. But obviously that's not the truth.
facts.
So the vibe is now I'm getting to it. I want to do intellectual property law. I want to study that.
Much needed in the industry as
because,
well.
I mean, and I only realized that like last year. Because if you ask anybody that knows me, they're like, okay, Aisha changed her career at least 5 times this week, you know? But it's like the one thing that I feel solid in and I feel like it's needed.
And you could
So-
apply it to what you do now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because, I mean, if you look at the industry here in Trinidad, there's like crickets,
Yeah,
you know?
I think I know.
Post nothing other than YouTube videos, though.
Yeah, and
Right.
I mean, I think I know probably 2 entertainment lawyers tops in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. I
think my
mean,
friend wants to do that as well. She now got her
Yeah.
own stuff, but she's like, I don't know if you all know Echo.
Echo.
Is
Her name's not-
The
girls.
duo,
Oh,
yeah,
right, right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
She
yeah.
Oh, they're
goes
so
with
good.
them, and I think she wants to get into that entertainment law. So like, if we need a contract and stuff,
Yeah.
she's help us and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
because
like for like beats
shit.
and thing, if you need somebody to like
Exactly.
help you draft a contract to sell your beat, she's help with
That was
kind
the
of stuff.
main motivation behind it because I was like, I mean, music is something that I've always really wanted to do, and I kind of have the privilege of having supportive parents with that.
That's
you know?
what's up. Big up.
Yeah, I
Mommy
really
and
do.
Daddy.
Hearing your stories,
what's up.
I feel
That's
really
what's up.
privileged with that. You know, so the deal with my mom because she's a bit harder on me about it. So she was like, "Yeah, you're doing this music thing, but you're going to law school and you're doing that at the same time, right?"
So it kind of had to align with her almost in order to.
She's
Compromise.
like, because I'm not gonna let you go out here without you knowing how to protect yourself in that
Big
sense,
facts,
you
big
know.
facts.
So that's kind of.
I mean, that's
feel
love in a
Yeah,
way.
big up moms for you on that
Yeah.
one. She say if
Yeah,
you're going
sure.
out there, you dig.
Know what it is you're getting into because
It was
dog,
scary, dog.
like when it is I have certain conversations with different artists about like, do you understand that you need to copyright your song with
But
US
it's all-
Copyright
yeah,
Agency,
my
like
registration.
uscopyright.gov.
Make sure
Do
you have
you
your publishing rights. Like that's
do you want to self-publish? Do you
Yeah.
want to get an administrator deal? Like,
the right now.
they just watch me like, what you even talking about right now?
I don't know.
You know?
Do y'all know about they call it poor man's copyright, where you like put
Mail
your
it to
thing-
yourself?
Mail it to yourself. My
Yeah,
mom
but I
has
don't
a.
I
think-
think people could get around that shit
Yeah, I
right
don't
now
think
though.
it's, like I think there's a
Well, at
it's
the
not,
time when
like,
we didn't know any better, like all that I did, like all of my little demos and stuff that I are now taken down off of SoundCloud. But like when
Good
I would
move.
post it, there's like a little drawer that my mom has with all those envelopes there just hidden away.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean safety too, but yeah, people can.
I
find
don't put it up at all.
Yeah.
I don't sing it. I don't do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, turn it out.
Yeah, and she sometimes I fatally call my music sometimes.
Real talk.
Me
I'm
too.
like
Dog.
the opposite because if I feel like you hear it before I'm ready for you to experience it, I wouldn't want to do it anymore.
You know how much songs I
do that,
lose
but
like
Unless,
that?
like my friends, like my close friends, they used it, but like the public, nah.
I mean, I when I first performed at We Love Again, I performed Billy, which was not released yet at that time. I kind of did that to see how people
Reaction,
felt.
how they vibe
So
with it.
that's when I would like, that's me like leaking my music.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'd really do it, to see how people would,
Yeah.
you know, feel the vibes or whatever. But I mean,
I don't mind leaking once the concept is done. If that makes sense.
No,
like,
I get
if
that.
like she said, Billy. Like if Billy was completed and then you share it, cool. But like if Billy's just a thought,
You could have nice marketing.
yeah, I can't share my thoughts and I haven't like thing it's
Yeah.
because
Oh,
to
no,
me
I
then
get
your
that.
feedback is not even valid because your feedback is based on like a
The final
incomplete-
product that I'm actually proud of putting out right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
make sense to me personally, and it's because I'm also very anxious. People just think I don't know. I feel like I project confidence or something, but
I mean,
I
they just assume, I suppose, because you're all poised and shit.
yeah,
so
but like people who actually know me in real life, so I really love to panic. I really dramatic. So like I will be very anxious and not want to like be like nah, you know. So
yeah. But I mean, I think
it takes a lot.
I think all artists just kind of go through that kind of
Oh yeah, because you're
emotion
like sharing
and
a part of yourself, basically. Especially if you
Real
wrote
talk.
your stuff, you're sharing. You're very
yeah, that was
Vulnerable.
really hard for me.
intimate parts of yourself
Yeah, you know
almost.
how you
performing.
But to
And
me, I told myself if I like when the grass was a single, and because of that single, I decided to do the EP because I said
remember when you
if
video,
I
yeah,
don't
you
share it
would
now,
never put it
I'm
out,
never
yeah.
share it
Mm-hmm.
because once I pass that level of emotion, I know when I hear that back, I would not want to even acknowledge it.
Yeah, real
So I
talk.
was like, let me just, and I found it was great. Like I actually loved that song. I was like, I want this to be synced. Like I bought the beat exclusively, so whatever I could do with that song, we'll do with that song. Like I made sure I own that song now, boy, because I was like, I feel like it had a real potential.
So
Be
like,
like in a slow movie or like something. So like,
A James Bond.
yeah, like some kind of ballroom something. So I felt
I
like
see
it had
that.
like a real potential in that song. So I was like, well, I done had Situationship out, and I had Hourglass I wrote like a year back, and Final Boarding Call I wrote before as well, and I felt like it fit the storyline of what I was going
oh,
through.
so it kind of just seamlessly come together then.
Yeah,
Like,
because I wrote
it's
those
not-
songs at different points in the relationship, so it kind of gave a good storyline from
it
inception.
led into
Yeah.
okay. Fair enough. I mean, anybody that's viewing right now, you could be able to tap in with I am Killer B on Instagram,
Yeah,
and
tap in.
she did do the live series where kind of explained all the different songs that was on the EP and the different songs that was on it. But Bentley, we had to get into this East-West corridor.
Yeah, that.
As a man from the East, just the title
Wait, which
alone.
fucking is he from?
I from right Gustin.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
That's not gonna say that's
I still on the East. Don't throw me out. You know what I mean?
close to Kirab, you know, and Kirab close to tongue.
You know what I mean? But East-West corridor. You understand?
Yeah, facts.
So East-West corridor, I really loved it for the fact that off jump, it was representative of people from the East-West corridor, and apart from that, it was apart from people from the East-West corridor, the content on the music was really great.
Yeah,
you know, I loved the fact that the music was something that I could relate to in terms of, like I always tell you, BB, one of my favorite songs. I mean, every artist understand that they want to make it so that they could put their people in position. They want to make it so that they could have their people do what it is they want to do. You understand? So what was the inspiration behind East-West Corridor for you?
Well, 1 second.
Yes. Yeah, because...
But, yeah, I'm gonna leave it on the ground.
Pass one of them waters to me one time now, if you don't mind. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about East-West Corridor.
Yeah, well, for majority of this year, like, I've been in between Grandy and Diego Martin. Just, I stay by one of my friends, Levi. A lot of the time helping him, he have a brand, Levi Marcus. I don't know if you know about it, but if you don't know about it, know about it.
Fair,
You know what I mean?
fair.
But so I've been helping him kind of doing like a mentorship. He showed me the ropes on the printing side of the business, and just like, you know, the little logistics that I just have no time to learn. That kind of way, just learning it on the job.
Thrifting and
Just
for the
need,
song.
like printing, like screen printing, heat press, all those, like all the little
For
you know,
the brand.
processes now.
Sorry,
Yeah, exactly.
for the brand.
And just throughout that time,
The rum hitting a little different.
throughout that time, so a big fact about me is that a lot of my songs I write them like while I traveling and thing. Or I'll think about them while I traveling, and I'll like just write down the first line and leave it there. And so I write the majority of that project on in Maxis now, going down the East-West Corridor, just writing, you dig, like going from there, and just things happening outside, but when you're there, like you have one objective, which is to reach where you're going now. So I had real time to just like zone in and think on those rides, and just the connection that I have with there, because there on the west have the accessibility to what I'm trying to do, whereas the east have the like seclusion, or like nobody can really come, nobody know where I live in though. It's very hard for you to come where I live in, so I don't worry about that there. And then on the west I have like business too, you know what I mean? So yes, that was the name, but the subject matter was based on everything that was happening on those trips now, boy. Like Miss Cause, I really wouldn't get like too in depth in it, but like one of my very close friends tried to take the live the night before, and my phone mashed up that night. You dig? And so the intro of the song,
you usually don't miss those.
Yeah, like, hey, you dig?
Yeah.
And what else was really impactful with that was the voice note thing with my mom's. I say thing with my mom's because I don't know how to describe it as like a interlude or whatever. It's really just, I went up to her and I was like, yeah, 5 minutes, describe what it was like when I was born. Because it had like I was born from a C-section, so that's why. I think I was explaining this to you.
Yeah, when we had that conversation a while back. Yeah.
That's why it's called
Section C.
You know? So I just like, just putting out them little pieces like people don't know, but putting it together to kind of paint the picture of Rose Gold Bentley before whatever is to happen now. Like, they just, you have the groundwork, you know, like, it's not no kicks. You dig? Just, and well, I think people relate to big bands because, I mean, the time that was made is just like, you know, it have so much that you want to do, and you had to see it now. But like, I just keep talking about it, like seeing it and living it, even though it didn't happen yet. That's the only way I see this working. You know what I mean? If I really zone in and say, yeah, cool, this is what I here to do, I'm going to and fucking do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so just that East-West Corridor was me, like, letting people know, like, it's not like, because I think for me is a lot of artists that start off doing one thing and then get pressure into doing something else now.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. And the main, like, thing for it, with my experience talking to people, is money now. Like, they need money to do this and they need money to do that. So they need to, like, change this so it's accessible to this part and that part and that part. But for me, it was always, if I stick to this one thing, like, if I show that I'm good in this one thing, like, it wouldn't have any question about it now, boy. Like, nobody got question when I say wild things like that on Instagram now. Nobody, because, like, this is what others do now. Yeah. Like, this is all others do. Like, not all as in restricted to this because I do necessarily.
But that's your focus right now in terms of the music.
Yeah, like, on a whole now, like, just because I've been in like, studio with certain people and they ask like if I'm willing to do other genres, and I was just like, what other genres you speaking of?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And and they was just like, you know, like you do something a little more for the Trini people, and I was like, what? What do you mean by that? Because I think my birth papers say I born in Trinidad now, but
So whatever you express, it shouldn't be.
It's supposed to be.
It's for Trini people regardless.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to. Because I think the lane was there before. It's just nobody really paved the road. They just like dig the dirt for the road, right?
Yeah,
so
they just kind of.
Yeah, and so it's
pass
there,
over
but,
it.
Yeah, no, like I have real close friends that they're making good music now, like the best music they're making like thus far. But I know some of the songs they have hidden inside there, and I know like where they find like most joy, you know, and it's not always in what you have to put forward now. So I try to be the person that putting that forward now, you know, and that's why I feel like people could relate to my music, because that is just straight me now, boy. Like you know me before you meet me now.
Yeah, because like BB just connect on such a different level. I mean, I just mentioned the name and my boy over here just started
so good.
rock with it and everything, you know what I mean? It's like is the type of song that I could play for my moms and she could understand like, all right, I see why it is you're still making sure to go 100% on this music mission that you're on right now. Like, you ever played all of your music for your mom and that kind of thing before?
My mom's not really, because she was be real busy with like work and stuff, but she also do, well, very funny, because she introduced me to like that kind of music, like R&B. Her favorite singer is Whitney Houston, like dead, nobody can tell her nothing else. That's it, you know, so I grew up on that energy, and so that's why I so like love her boyish, like I all about that girl, like boombox in hand, out window, kind of, you know what I mean, like, it's like I grew up. My mom
Baby, come back.
Yeah, my mom would play that, then drop me by my uncle, and he'll continue playing now. Boy. Like that's just the vibe. So from small, I in love now. Boy. You know what I mean? So that's me. Like, but she don't really understand per se the like it had a lack of financial security in the past in my family. So they real more. It's real hard for them to get over that bump now. Boy. Like it's making sense right now in a sense.
But I mean, deep in heart, you know that they still want the best for you as a person and that type of vibe.
It's never
so
like in question why they say, you know, why they're doing what they're doing, because I see plenty of them in me, and I don't want to make the same way I wouldn't want nobody make the mistakes that I already make. It's the same thing now, way. Like plain and simple, it's just kind of acknowledging that times change, and what could work for you can't work for me, and what could work for me can't work for you.
And time keeps evolving as well. So what was applicable back then,
Might not
something,
be as applicable now.
you know what I mean, and
I
something else could work.
Yeah, I should mention too, like, I come from a real, like, strict household, like, well, not, I mean, strict, not like rules, but like belief now, but like, my father is a elder in a church and a policeman, like, and I just real smoke weed, so just imagine that, like,
Dog,
like, mind-boggling.
I empathize when I used to real smoke weed.
You know?
Both of my parents is pastors,
Yeah,
and being somebody
so
that
there's
used to
that-
real smoke weed, they
don't
used to
happen
watch your
that
son
talk.
like,
Yeah, bro.
what's you really doing with yourself right
Yeah,
now?
when I talk from both angles of the law and Christ, and I like, dog, I can't sleep now, boy, so I just want to sleep, you know, that kind of way, because there's some plenty, like, gaps in the understanding.
And that would kind of cross over into like the music as well. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and so like I get it. I don't need them to understand what I do in that way. I don't really. You don't have to understand. I just want you to like acknowledge that this is what actually happening. Don't pretend like at some point I'm gonna just wake up and be like, well, that was shit. Let me go and get work now, boy. Like I just feel like that. Like my grandmom's legit pulled me aside, not to bash my grandmom. She love you, dog. But yeah, she put me aside. And she's just like, so like, what going on now? Like, I was like, what do you mean? She's like,
it not gonna happen
she's
overnight,
like,
granny.
No, I swear she's like,
Be a little patient to the boy,
she's like,
you know.
had a, like, you know, like time going on. You had to really like her words were, and I know she meant well, but it was crazy how it was like what she chose to say. She's like, you have to make something of yourself now, and I was just saying like, nigga, that's what I'm doing. You know, it's just like, I know she can't understand that, so I don't need you to understand that. I just need to be kind of accepting of that. It's the same way plenty of things I don't understand about the world, but I'm not going to try to fight everybody that I don't understand what the fuck they doing that way. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of maybe later with the show, what was the end game with that in terms of to come after I know you have some music along the same title coming after that. What people could expect from that?
Well, this is a good question. The music will like drop during maybe later the show, because the show is from 9 to 1 a.m. So at 12 is when the album dropping. So everybody, you dig? And so I'll be performing that project on the night. So
live on.
So everybody
so
that there will
exclusive shit at Euphoria Lounge.
You know, so everybody will hear that before it happen, and then get on the phone like about 45 minutes after that. That kind of vibes.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, and then from that, I just want to do it more, like, because I have a real hard time, like, communicating to other people what I want to do, and so doing it my own way that sometimes be the best way for me to do things. You know what I mean? Just like take the leap. Like, Hugh, here I asked you, I was like, I need to meet you and understand how well it is do this thing though, because my brain busting. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know like I can't ask everybody, because then I'll have like too much opinions now, boy, and too much people like saying that, you know, this and do that and this and that.
Too many hands in the pot does spoil it. So
yeah, but overall, I just want to be able to do it more, because I feel like the goal for it is to for these shows especially is for two things. One, to kind of change this, like, the scape a little bit, just a little bit, so where you can come somewhere and not hear what you're always hearing. Like, you're listening to it, you know, but I want you to come and listen to what you listen to when you're home now, boy. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, you're not feeling out of place and out of pocket now. Like, this is the shit that you just listen to.
You're bumping it in your playlist, like, you're doing.
If I go a party, I know I have to hear dancehall and soca majority, but I do listen to that majority now, but you know what I mean? But if I go out, I already make up in my mind that this is what I'm going to hear, I have to be part of this now. Whereas I could legit just come to this and be like, oh, this is my playlist from home, here. You know, and I feel like it brings a lot more comfort, because I feel like we don't hear what we're listening to outside. Yeah, we do hear what we're listening to outside like that. Like, the scheme, like, it changing, though, don't get me wrong. Like, big up everybody that, like, firmly trying to change that out, because I was getting real fed up of hearing the same things outside. You know? But it's just wanting to do that more and be able to, even if it's changed the scape like 1%, like, I just want to do that now. But like, the whole goal for me is to inspire, so that somebody at my age don't have to go through the thought process I went through of this to make no sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree 100%. And I just get in now that we actually been here for quite some time, and we have quite the episode. We covered a lot of stuff, but I just want to get into some of the music from the cast that people will be able to hear later on. I ain't going to play too much because, you know, YouTube, I don't want to get flagged. This had to go up. But
one of my own videos get copyright strike though. And I know why, it actually makes sense, but I didn't think of it until it happened, and I was like, all right.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. Like, it felt personal. I was like, how are they gonna do me this? This is my shit.
Yeah.
But it was the distribution, like, I didn't distribute it. Like,
oh, so it still had the YouTube content ID on it.
Yeah, because it was Club Soda, that Douala produced.
Oh, okay.
He had put that out through Empire or something like that, and they just won with that video. They said that ain't yours. I said,
well, okay. Off of the East-West corridor, what's one song that you want to play for the people right now? I mean, I have my favorite. We can run it back if you feel like.
True. One more hard, you know.
One more time.
Yeah, you can play one more.
Yeah, I like that shit too. Have a nice bop to it, you know.
Let's big up Tyler. Well, Isaiah, whichever alias he going on today. Call it which day of the week. But yeah, man, real bad with the production. But that's the one song on the project that I didn't produce. Like, I was like, yeah, bro, wait.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So everyone, this was Apartment 33. We had some amazing guests. We cover a lot of ground. We cover a lot of stuff. Listen to the entire thing. Again, corporate entities, if y'all want to partner, let me know. We can keep the brand on the bottle next time. But as for now, no brand. This has been your host, Jodun. We've had Rose Gold Bentley. I am Killer B, Asia Ray, and Apollo, who not taking off the mask or the shades, even if the shades drop off. He going and dip his head before he put it back on. Of course, big up to TTPM for allowing us to have this space to record, Trinidad and Tobago Podcast and Media. And right now we're going to play one more from Rose Gold Bentley off the East-West Corridor.
One more time for the leave in the morning. Let's make love while your demons crawling. If you letting me in, gotta let me all in. If you letting me in, gotta let me all in. Yeah, I try with you, but it's way more to do than get high and just vibe with you. You gotta live your life, yeah. Don't wanna waste your time, won't wanna waste your time, baby. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.